Hello, everybody. Welcome, excuse me, along to the Wednesday night super stream here. We are looking at tonight's EFL games. We're going to react as the goals go in. What we have is 6 games, 3 kicking off at 7, 3 kicking off at 7:45. So we're going to try and split ourselves across all of the games. So first useful thing you guys can do is let me know where you want us to start, because what we'll do, we'll follow the goals and then swap games as and when goals go in. There will be 6 games live at once, so that might be interesting. We've got Barnsley. Well, let me put it up on the screen for you so you can see which games we have going on. Our 7 p.m. kickoffs, you can see there we have got Barnsley versus Stoke, Brentford versus Sheffield Wednesday, and Swansea versus Coventry. We'll get a look at all 3. We'll move every 10 minutes if there's no goals going in anywhere. Anywho, but let me know where you might want us to start. Barnsley, Stoke, Brentford, Sheffield Wednesday, or Swansea versus Coventry. Then at 7:45, it is Blackburn versus Watford, Bournemouth versus Cardiff. Big game that we've been looking forward to, that one. And Preston versus QPR, which is the main Sky Sports game. No weird 8:15 ones. Remember when we did this last week and they had, who was it? It was Bournemouth and Rotherham kicking off at 8:15 behind the rest of the coverage. I guess they must have been against a Premier League game or something. So that is going to be the plan. We will have a look at all the teams in just a second. As I say, let me know where you would like to see us starting. We'll stick that across the bottom in advance of what is going to be happening. Let me just do my shout outs at the start of this stream. We must say thank you to our good friend David, who's Watford are in action tonight. Fan of the channel, happy to support great content. David is our fan sponsor of all of the super streams over here on the channel. Thank you very much to him. You too can get involved over at Patreon, www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. We've just collected a load of questions for the Patreon exclusive Thursday Q&A. Really looking forward to getting into that tomorrow. We did the exclusive Patreon predictions, and Classics Reviewed is now exclusive to Patreon as well. So well worth getting involved over there. Super chat at any point during the broadcast to support directly. First super chat in a stream becomes king of the bin, the most direct way to help. But of course, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Let's just see what's going on in the chat here. Yeshua, good evening. Liam, Gareth, Reds to win tonight. 2-1 Barnsley. Come on, you Reds. Nice optimism around Barnsley. I like it. Evening to James and Steve, who's going to be watching Swans, no doubt. QPR unchanged. We'll have a look at the teams in just a sec. Peanuts is here. Leeds 2021. Good evening. Looking forward to a night of drama. Carl, it does feel a bit like that, doesn't it? It feels like there's something in the air tonight with some of these games. He says completely knotting up. That was an awful move I just did. Knotting up my... I might just have to live with that. Is that going to irritate with anyone? That's going to do for my OCD. We'll fix it in just a little bit. Alex, we'll get you the Wednesday team. We will crack on with it in just a sec. David is here. Joel, Barnsley to start, he says. Owen is here. Tom, Ewan, a Watford 1-0. Barnsley to start. Barnsley, just it looks like we're starting at Barnsley. We'll get into the teams in a bit. M-Trade, I know you love watching games at the cottage. I know you'll love it and miss us dearly. Well, we will see how things pan out. Barnsley, Benjamin Bloom at breakfast time, lunchtime, and now dinner. That sounds like a very balanced diet for you there, Russ. Russ, of course, sponsored a review show that was earlier on today. Right, can I hear myself properly now? There we go. All sorted. Come on, you Bees, Brentford. There we go. Watford, QPR, Swansea, Brentford will all win, says Tom. Alistair says, God, last night was a terrible night. Unhappy Reading fan. A bill? What's a bill, Yeshua? How much is that? Is that tenner for Rangers to reach the playoffs? Nice. Hope you well as a Blues fan. Boris said we can book holidays again. I've booked a minimum of 10 months in League One. That's tremendous. Nervous for this one. There is David, our fan sponsor. Thank you so much for sponsoring David. Gosling in the Watford team. We will have a look at all of these. I'll bang through all of these. Hello to Ola in Sweden. We go right around the world, don't we? I've got some beers as well tonight. Yum, yum, yum. That's all I can say. Yes, I know it's not very alcoholic American beer, but I like it. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Right, shall we look at some team news then? I think the chat said we're going to start at Barnsley, although someone needs to write Sky a strongly worded letter because they've misspelt Barnsley v Stoke. Literally coming up on their coverage there. Hey-ho. I know what it's like to spell something wrong and then have everyone whining and moaning about it, put it that way. Let's have a look at the team news then. We'll come to Barnsley last because we're going to start with them. Let's have a look at the Swans. In fact, the coverage has just kicked in on the TV screen. Right, Swansea versus Coventry tonight. Let me just give you the upside for Swans. They could go second, but I remember Watford and Brentford are also playing. So we'll keep an eye on my favourite live league table. But I suspect there may be some ups and downs in that second, third and fourth as we go. Normally when we get one of those, like on the last day of the season, it all changes. And then at the end, it's exactly how it was at the beginning, isn't it? Anyway, Woodman in goal for Swans. Guay, Norton, Cabango, Bidwell and Roberts, Grimes, Hurahan, Dander. So no Fulton for Swans tonight. Ayew and Lowe up top. I wonder how many games they've started to get. It feels like most of them, doesn't it? For Cov, Wilson, Østegard, McFadze and Hyam. McCallum, DeCosta, fullbacks, wingbacks. Harmer, Kelly, O'Hare off Walker and Biamu. Down for Coventry. The upside is they could go up to 18th with a huge win, but they could tie Derby on 37 points, put it that way. Let's have a look at our other two 7 p.m. kickoffs. Barnsley players now just doing their little drills pre-match. Look at this Brentford team without a striker, which I tweeted just as I was eating my dinner. Raya in goal for Brentford. 3 straight defeats. Dalsgaard, Reed and Pinnock for the first time. Sorensen is going to play left back because Henry is not around. Jensen, Janelt, Godos, and Buemo, Fosu, Canos. So plenty of goal threat, but no actual focal point. Number 9. For Wednesday, Wildsmith, Palmer, Lees, Ergaheed, Penny, Harrison Reach, Wide, Bannon, Hutchison, Kachunga, and Rhodes. Again, Brentford are involved in that picture with Swansea and Watford in second, third, fourth, etc., etc. As always, we've got iFollow cameras on Barnsley and Stoke tonight. So don't expect the coverage to be A, on time, or B, have any replays. But we'll keep an eye on it. Let me know which game you're watching. So let's have a look and see what is going down in terms of team selection. They've already kicked off at Swansea, by the way. We'll look at the 7:45 teams. Actually, as those games are kicking off and these ones are going into half-time, we'll focus on the 3. There are IE teams here. Collins, Sibic, Hellick, Anderson, Styles, Britain, Mowat and Palmer, Freeser, Woodrow and Morris, who's got, I think, 3 goals in his last 3 games. For Stoke, Gunn, Smith and Norrington Davis are the fullbacks, Suter and Bart centre-backs, Mikel and Thompson is a double pivot with Brown, Timon, quite far advanced, as I always say when I see him that far up pitch, Powell, who got into double figures for the season, and Fletcher up top. That is about the size of it. We've kicked off so far. There we go. Look at that. Jim, thank you, sir. That is King of the Bin. Nice one. Drink to you, sir. Thank you, Jim, for the super chat. And I think we are all good to go. Anthony, comment of the day. I'd rather listen to this excellent show than the commentary. I'm sure there's an excellent X-Pro. Right. We've kicked off. We're probably a couple of minutes behind because it's I follow. But if anyone wants to time sync, if they are on the red button with me and they want to either pause this stream or pause their coverage, then please feel free to do so. As Barnsley come forward for the first sort of attacking phase. Cleared. Sibic, who's a starter in this one, heads away. There's Palmer in central midfield. All a bit messy to begin with. Nice ball by Palmer there. And here come Barnsley down the right. Clipped across, but headed away. And Barnsley have won it back with Mowat and Jacob Brown, who I'm sure would be getting a lovely reception if there were fans in the ground, slides into the tackle and has won a free kick. Keep your comments coming. James, love a match day where I can sit back and enjoy from a neutral perspective. You're in the minority, James. Some people aren't interested if their team's not playing, but obviously you're my kind of fan, interested in all the teams. Evening, Anir. Leeds 2021 is looking for Michelle Owen again. I'm sure if there's a game in the Southwest, she'll be at it. Liam, good evening, sir. Blow the full-time whistle at Brentford, ref. Says Jim, hey, last 3 teams to play Brentford have taken 3 points, Jim. So you never know. Big goal kick forward by Collins, headed away. We await our first goal in the Championship tonight. 3 games live, no sort of first or second minute goals. Palmer has it, edge of the box, changes direction, tries to ping it all the way over to the far side. Fletcher a bit isolated up the top for Stoke, and they've won it back with Timon. Norrington Davis gets closed down now. Turnover high up the pitch. Woodrow in the box. Woodrow drives the shot. It breaks for Freeser, who was offside. But there's that Barnsley press, winning the ball literally in the Stoke penalty box there. And we've got very used to this over recent times. Watching Barnsley, haven't we? And I didn't bring up the actual table as it pertains to these two, but they're both in quite nice position, actually, in terms of they want to make a late run. There's Stoke. Obviously, we've added a point on because the game's kicked off, basically, but both essentially on 46 as it stands. And the upside is they could be, with a win, either of these teams could be 3 off Reading, potentially 1 off Bournemouth, but of course that would mean that they were 3 off Cardiff. But they're in the mix. This is a game that neither will want to lose. Get your comments. Keep them coming in. It's Barnsley 0, Stoke 0, 3:28 on the clock. And as far as I'm aware, no other goals in the Championship tonight. What we'll do, we will flip between the 3 games. We'll follow the goals. And tomorrow be waiting. I'll follow the sun. What a song. In it goes into the Stoke box. Nodded down and cleared. I think Barnsley are going to get that back forward. Styles looked for Woodrow. Woodrow's won it. I thought Woodrow was going to win a free kick off John Obi Mikel then, but nothing given. Brown, nice ball in behind. Collins came out sweeping there. Maybe a younger, quicker Stephen Fletcher gets to that ball because there wasn't much in it. There really was not much in it. 0-0. 4:23 gone. Throw into Stoke. And for some reason, he's going to get another go. Take it from the wrong place, I think, possibly. I think it's going in the box. Long from Tommy Smith. No, it's not. It's thrown it back into centre half. And Suter. Suter to Bart. Out to Norrington Davis, who plays the channel. That's easy enough for Barnsley to clear. But Stoke have won it back. They're just settling into this game now and getting their foot on the ball. I think they've won another throw-in fairly high up. Or have they? No, it's a Barnsley throw. 5:17 on the clock. No goals in the Championship yet tonight. And it's Barnsley 0, Stoke 0 in this battle of playoff chasers. Knocked over the top. Brown's chasing behind. Civic, a little bit ungainly, but wins it in the end. Headed away by Mowat. Stoke have got Barnsley hemmed in temporarily. Here comes Timon down the left. Conventionally, like I said in the build-up, a left back, but seems to be playing much farther forward today. He couldn't do anything with it, and it's going to be a goal kick for Stoke. No efforts on goal, really, so far. Let's have a look at your comments. Up the Suter. There's the old Fleetwood bias coming in. Lovely stuff. Come on, Barnsley. Hope you will. Good win for Ipswich last night. Utter total football, wasn't it? A 1-0 win for Ipswich at Hull. Unbelievable scenes. Couldn't believe it myself until about 20 minutes before the end. And I was like, hang on a minute. Are we going to win a game against a team in the top three? Jordan Rose playing against Brent for 12 years after he became their youngest ever hat-trick scorer. Did Jordan Rose just play for Brentford? I didn't even know that. Was he on loan there or something? I'm trying to remember where he went. Did he go directly to Huddersfield from Ipswich? Deary me. Got to be one of the worst sales in football history, that, hasn't it? Jordan Rhodes leaving Ipswich for £250,000 and then literally scoring 150, 200 goals since. Crossed in from the left for Barnsley. Palmer's going to try and recycle it, but Timon has won it. Styles to Mowat. Mowat back to Callum Styles. Bit messy in the middle. Advantage played. Morris went down. Britton on the back post clips it in, and it's going to be a corner to Barnsley. There was a big challenge right through Carlton Morris there, but the ref let it go. And we have a Barnsley set play here. 7 minutes and 46 on the clock here. Corner for Barnsley. Is that Britton going to take it? Yeah, Britton is going to take the corner for the Tykes. In it comes, right-footed, headed clear. Mowat is going to recycle it. No, he's not. Oh, what a strike, though. And Callum Styles has smashed that one in from way, way, way out. It's a brilliant goal by Styles. Barnsley lead 1-0. You'd have thought as that ball came out, you would want Mowat hitting that one, but Styles gets there first, gets it out of his feet, and he smashes it in with the left foot, curling away from Gunn in the Stoke goal and flying into the corner. And we have our first goal of the stream. Barnsley lead 1-0 against Stoke. Great goal by Callum Styles, and let's do what we always do and go to the live league table, because if you're a Barnsley fan, you'll be a big fan of this. 7th position as things stand. It would be a 3rd straight win. Barnsley lead 1-0 here against Stoke City. We'll go to your comments in just a second. Great stuff. A great start for Barnsley, and they lead 1-0. Superb goal by Callum Styles. Their apologies, we don't get any replays. Actually, maybe I'll put Gillette on the iPad up the top there, so I might get another look at that. But yeah, sort of 25, 30 yards, left foot, recycling from the corner, just gets it out of his feet, absolutely smashes it back goalwards. It curls away from the keeper, gun, and right into the corner. I think it's a really, really decent goal by Callum Styles. And it is 1-0 to Barnsley. Maybe I will get another look at that goal in just a second. Doesn't look like they've got there yet on Soccer Saturday. Let's have a look here. Yeah, what a goal. Barnsley, sensational goal. Barnsley to finish 6th, says Grant. What a strike. Get in, lads. Brilliant goal, wasn't it? Golazzo. Love that, George. Hope you're doing well. Russ, Brentford Waited, please do. Yeah, please keep us informed. Barnsley tweets. The Berry Baggio picks up a loose ball and strikes for 20 yards across the keeper. We will stick with the Barnsley game, being we have a goal here. Barnsley, as it stands, moving up to 7th. Remember, big game in that little area of the table between Bournemouth and Cardiff, kicking off in about 30 minutes. But we have our first goal. And what a great goal it was. Suter plays it to Bart. Big one forward into the channel. Wouldn't quite hold for Timon. It's cleared only as far as Thompson, who pumps it in. Fletcher does win the knockdown, but Alex Mowat is able to boot that clear. Suter, huge bloke, wins the header at the back. Barnsley will be looking to get this down on the deck. Stoke trying to press in and Barnsley trying to play out now. And they've got it to Mowat in deep central midfield. Mowat, early ball forward into the channel. Freeser chases. He's not going to get that one. Let's go back into the comments. Barnsley to sneak into the playoffs. Well, they're on a run, aren't they? How many wins in it straight? Do you say it's going to be a 3rd? Yeah, so this will be it'd be 4th straight win, this one, wouldn't it? It's the type of run that will put you in there, in the box seat. Plenty of games to go, but looking in very fine feckle at the moment. Barnsley. Mac says, come on, Barnsley, shock of the season. Fair play to them. Anyone remember where I had them in? And I'm not saying it as a joke. I genuinely can't remember. Where did I have Barnsley in my predicted leagues? I had them in the top half, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. Go on the Tykes, absolutely. I bet Neil Warnock will try and sign Suter for that. It'll cost him, Liam, won't it? I think Stoke with Suter and oh God, who's the guy they've been playing right back? Cousins? Won a lot of money for both of them, don't they? So Maite might be back on Saturday. Oh, that's good news for Reading. Need some good news at the moment. Evening to Alan. Russ, I think Barnsley will finish just outside. Fancy Borough and Cardiff. Nice. It's going to be a long throw in to Stoke, left-hand side. Taken short to Timon. Clipped in by Norrington Davis. Headed down. Mikel out to Smith. Decent cross. And that opened up. What was he doing out there? It's Danny Bart, the centre-half. He'd obviously come forward for the potential long throw that didn't come in. And then stays up, crossed in from the right by Tommy Smith, headed over the top. What was for dinner, Ben? I'm getting a curry in. Champion. Well, this was the source of much fun yesterday because Shaylee decided that she wanted a burrito yesterday and a kind of like meze selection, you know, like you're getting a Turkish or something today. So we went to the shops yesterday and, by the way, here come Stoke. Fletcher is going to get another go. Barnsley got it cleared. We went to the shop. We couldn't get all we needed. So we literally had to do a double soup. We had to go from one supermarket to the next to get all of this stuff. So I have just eaten some lovely halloumi and tortilla chips and a couple of eggs and some peppers and very, very nice. I'm very, very spoiled. Need a win tonight. We're all Wednesday, aren't we? Says Nat. Ollie says, I think Reading will slip and have another blip at the end of the season. They had a blip at the start of the season. If anyone remembers, we do remember. Games number 9, 10, 11 and 12, all defeated after a magnificent start. YouTube regular. You don't want to watch that rubbish, Mr. E, do you? I've got a lovely curry coming, one of the best in the country. Name and shame then, Jez. I had Barnsley in 13th, Bournemouth in 14th, and Reading in 17th. Unbelievable scenes. Now, the good thing about our 1 to 24s this season is there's £100 bounty on it, isn't there? And I've got screenshots of everyone's predictions. So everyone's going to put their money where their mouth is, and we'll see who wins the £100 at the end of the season. I find that's the best way to do it. I didn't put up the money. Peter on Patreon. Thanks to him. Corner for Stoke. 16-12 Vaughan. It's going to be taken left-footed from the right-hand side. In it comes. Cleared Mikel on the volley. Sat up for him quite nicely. It had the effect of a player who didn't believe he was going to score as that came down on the volley, but deflects over, and it's another corner for Stoke. Linesman makes, I think it's Timon taking them, move it about a millimetre, so it's overhanging the quadrant a little bit more. In it goes. Headed clear. And Mikel on the volley again. Civic gets it away. Here comes Timon down the left. Shadowed by Morris. Good defending by the striker. And he shepherds it out, which apparently is allowed if you're doing it by the goal line. And it's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, I don't revisit my predictions until the end of the season. I think that's the fairest way. But of course, I will react to my pre-season predictions at the end of the season. And we will pay out the £100 bounty to whoever gets the most correct teams in positions. Believe me, if you get more than 3, you're doing really, really well. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. Throw in to Stoke on halfway. Ishmael not happy about it, but I'll be happy with the start of the game. However, it's been a bit Michael O'Neilly for the last 10 minutes where Stoke have kind of been on top without playing that much football, frankly. They've just hemmed Barnsley in and they're going to do the same now. And that's how Stoke wear you down, I have to say. In it comes from Suter, up and under. Headed on at the back post. Norrington Davis plays that outside. I think it's Powell on the far side. He's had to go back into his own half. And here comes the Barnsley press. A long one forward into the corner. And Styles, the goal scorer, gets that one away. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? The old prediction game. 1 out of 24 teams right. But I think generally if you've got most people in roughly the right place in the table. But we've got so many entries that I'm going to have to do it by exact positions. Barnsley 1, Stoke 0, 19 minutes and 22 seconds gone. Here comes Stoke again. They're on top at the moment. Clipped in from the right-hand side by Smith. Fletcher and Powell are the guys you're going to want landing on that cross. But they were well marshalled by the Barnsley defenders. And it's back with Collins in the goal. And it's going to be a goal kick to Barnsley. Down the ground it goes. Barnsley just trying to get out for the first time in sort of the last 8-10 minutes. Stoke have been on top since. Morris has done well to win a throw-in for the Tykes. And get them up the pitch a little bit and kill. I mean, I say Stoke's momentum. It'll kill, you know what I mean, don't you? It'll kill Stoke's territory that they've been nicely building up. It's going to go in long from Freester, the throw, into the near post. Suter, who's so good in the air, heads it away again. Can Palmer get there first? Good little foot race between him and Timon. Oh, sorry, Norrington Davis. And it's going to be a Barnsley throw. And ladies and gentlemen, we are changing game because we're all going off to Brentford, where there has been a goal. And hopefully, if I've clicked the button quickly enough, we will catch it. It's 1-0 to Brentford. Bit of a blurry I-follow picture. Brian Mbeumo is going to score. And hopefully, it's 0-0 on the feed. So we're now over Brentford, Sheffield Wednesday, where Brentford, who are about to score, have a long throw-in that Mads Sørensen is going to take. He drives the ball. He's on the left wing. Get your head around. We're at another game now. I'll try and get my head around all the different players. In it goes. Pinnock wins the first header. Reed's trying to get there. Absolute mess. Canos. Oh, God. Canos drives it. Pretty much kicks it straight at Mbeumo's head, who actually does quite well to flick it into the back of the net. Brian Mbeumo has given Brentford the lead. 3 straight defeats. Brentford lead. Do remember, though, in one of those 3 straight defeats at QPR, they also led, didn't they? And went down 2-1. That was, however, an away game. Let's have a look at the live league table, as we always do. Norwich went 10 points clear last night. As things stand, that gap will be cut to 7. However, if you're Brentford, you're more worried about Watford and Swansea than you are about Norwich at the moment, I would suggest. So we will now focus in on Brentford versus Wednesday until we get a goal in one of our other games. If you're watching Gillette Soccer Saturday, you'll be seeing the goal right about now. The Funk Soul Brother. Yeah, Daft Punk finished, haven't they? I know that was Fatboy Slim, but just made me think. There are the teams. No, they're not. That's the Swansea game. Sorry. What a mess. Right. Let's find this. Brentford. We give you your Brentford versus Sheffield Wednesday teams right now, and we'll work on this game a little bit. So, SofaScore is saying Mbeumo is taking on the Ivan Toney role in the centre of the 3 strikers at the top. And he's got the goal. So it's Raya in goal, Dalsgaard, Reed and Pinnock. So Reed in for Janssen, who's out long term. Sørensen in at left back over Rico Henry, who I think he's going to be out for a couple of months. Did his hamstring, didn't he? Ghoddos, Janel, Jensen, Fosu and Buemo, who's the goal scorer, and Canos. So no Marcus Force and obviously no Ivan Toney in this one. For Wednesday, I think someone in the chat had said it was a 3 at the back. Wildsmith, Palmer, Lees, Ergaheed, Harris and Penny wing backs, Hutchison, Bannon. Reach as a 10. I'll tell you in a minute when I keep my eyes on the game. Rhodes and Kachunga up top. So Brentford lead 1-0. Barnsley lead 1-0. Oh dear. So Fred is going in to the fake news sin bin for the sheer, is imbecility a word? The sheer imbecilic comment that he's just put up there. So for the first time today, bye-bye, Fred. And he goes into the fake news sin bin. Thank you to Jim for sponsoring the fake news sin bin, our first super chatter. Lovely stuff. Fatboy Slim, Norman Cook. Do you remember the House Martins, Noel? The bass player in there. And do you remember Beats International featuring Lindy Layton? He plays bass on that as well, Norman Cook. He's like got his fingerprints over everything, hasn't he? Right. Speaking of having your fingerprints over everything, I want to be across all 3 of these games. It's a free kick to Wednesday in the centre circle. Andre Ayew is down. I'm just seeing on Gillette there. Looks like McFadzean took him out in the Swansea game. Don't know why they're showing that. He's got a yellow card or something worse. Here come Wednesday. They've won a corner. Nice. Corner for Wednesday on the left-hand side. Looks like Kadeem Harris is going to take this one right foot. I think imbecility is a word. Sounds like something I would say. I can't spell. I think the fact that I don't know whether imbecility is a word is quite apt, because does that not make me an imbecile? There we go. Caravan of Love. What a tune that is, hey? Headed out. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Love, 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 love. Is that like the first a cappella #1 or something, wasn't it? Or was the Flying Pickets before that? Any pop aficionados? Jonathan Woodgate is rocking a Lego Man haircut. He's got lockdown Barnet like me. But I'll be going to Rush in Watford at 9:30 on April the 12th to have my Barnet trimmed. Oh, David, that's a great shout. Freak Power, yes, he was. Turn on, tune in, cop out, David. Dong, 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 bong, 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 dong, dong. Some people, yes. Norman Cook, he's like Vince Clarke, isn't he? Just in all of the bands. Bannon plays that one into the channel. Good chase by Reach, excellent. Reach crosses that one in, and it's cleared. Mick McCarthy is a Mick McCarthy. Has appeared on my screen up the top. He's had a fixed smile since he joined Cardiff, hasn't he, Mick? He loves it, doesn't he? Good to have him back. Harris trying to get away down the right. Brentford try and get it clear and up to Fosu. But Wednesday deal with that. Cleared down the line. It was by Sam Hutchison. Harris has got it again. He puts it into the box. Half cleared. It was Penny who tried to recycle that, looking for Jordan Rhodes, but somebody is down on the far side, and I can't quite see who it is. Let me check my numbers on that. I think it's Tom Lees is down for Wednesday, so we can reset and look at some of your comments. You think the House Martins were shocking? Didn't they do that? What a good place to be. And I'm happy. I like the House Martins. That wasn't a Beautiful Self, was it? That was the House Martins, wasn't it? Mick, Sky Sports, didn't his suit look nice as well, Paul? Tremendous stuff from Mick. James Curitan. I wonder if it's really that one, hey? Maybe a little controversial, but I think not having fans in the stadium has helped with Barnsley's young squad no end. Also, utilising 5 subs very well. Well, I totally agree with you on the 5 subs. When he replaced his entire front 3, wasn't it? Come on Wednesday, says Russ. Well, he's hopeful, but it's Barry Bannon taking a free kick. You don't have to be hopeful because Barry Bannon is one of the best set play takers in the division, isn't he? Here it comes. Here they come, the beautiful ones. Suede, nothing to do with Norman Cook. Bannon puts it in left-footed. Reed heads that out. That's going to be a corner to Wednesday. Who will fancy themselves in this one? Do you think QPR can make it to 8th? If you had a look, see how they play, they might only lose 3 or 4 of their last 17 as they have easy games. Who knows? Few teams on a tear. Remember, there's a reason why teams are in the middle, because they don't go on 20-match winning runs, but you never know. In it goes from Bannon from the corner. Good delivery, punched clear by Raya, and Buemo heads that one away. Harris is going to recycle. Oh, great ball by Harris. His reach down the right-hand side. He's on his not favoured foot, but he's got it to Bannon. Bannon, brilliant cross by Bannon. He's so good. Oh, dearie me. It's a foul on the back post by Ergaheed. How good is Bannon's crossing from the right-hand side with his left foot? Tremendous. Yeah, this conversation's gone full circle, hasn't it? That was the whole start of it, Alan. Definitely in the house, Martins, wasn't he? London 0, Hull 4. That's a beautiful South album, isn't it? You got good knowledge, haven't you? I like his voice. Paul Heaton, yes? I like his voice. Obviously an acquired taste, wasn't it? Suede are one of the bands I've seen live the most. Do you know, I know Suede's tour manager. So if you ever want to see them again, Alex, let me know. I can help you. Everyone's telling me about Southend, so we better mention it. They're 3-0 up. Nathan Ferguson. Who did Nathan Ferguson play for? Nathan Ferguson? Who was the right back who played for West Brom who was really good? Who was that? I know that wasn't Nathan Ferguson. What was his name? Nathan? I can't remember. Pinnock. Nice ball into midfield there. Brave pass. Got us to Jensen. Jensen inside. Good football by Brentford. Oh, God, my picture's gone blurry again. Yuck. Come on. The ball's out on the left. All I'm seeing is Minecraft pixelated I follow crap. Oh, it's played through and, yes, all the way through with Wednesday keeper Wildsmith. Out it goes to Penny. Up the line. Held up by Kachunga. And he is fouled just by halfway. 2 goals so far. Barnsley 1, Stoke 0, Callum Stiles. Brentford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Brian and Buemo. And that is the game we are at or watching at the moment. Ergaheed plays that one back to Wildsmith, who's going to boot that one down the ground. Neil Thompson still the Wednesday manager. Big header by Winston Reid there. And Buemo, they nearly got us in there. Brentford look a bit more at it today than they have in previous games. But here come Wednesday. Adam Reach, lovely switch of play there out to Harris. Harris, 1v1 with Sorensen down the right. Harris gets it to the back post, headed away again by Dalsgaard. That time, here's Ergaheed. He plays that one inside. Wednesday looking good, this little spell. Hutchison, out it goes to Harris again. Hutchison gets it back. Brentford in shape with everyone behind the ball. And here is Bannon deep in the centre circle. Brentford just pushing up now. 34-57 gone in this one. Lees, long one forward. Sorensen wins that one. And Brentford win the ball back after a couple of 3 minutes of possession for Wednesday. Although Wednesday have got it back fairly quickly. Stolen identity. Quick update on the Swans game. Swans have been pathetic, slow, and commentary only side look interested. There we go. Nice balanced view there from Stolen Identity. Here's Canos into the box. Low cross in is cleared in the 6-yard box by Lees. And Wednesday have won a throw in, actually, up the left-hand side. Maxwell, silver hammer. That Wednesday have not picked up a single point after falling behind this season. Not good. Russ says Barnsley have had a goal disallowed. Not sure why. Perhaps we will see that. If I stick on this screen, perhaps we'll get shown that on Gillette Soccer Special. And it's 36-16 gone in this one. Brentford 1, Wednesday 0. Brentford looking to arrest the slide. 3 straight defeats for the Bees after a 21-game undefeated run. Bit erratic, you might say. We will have a look. It's about 8 minutes until the 7:45s kick off. There we go, Chris. Barnsley offside. Freezer. Thank you, Chris. Long one into the channel, and Buemo is running with Lees. Lees takes no chances and concedes a throw-in for Brentford. Ferguson did play. Who was that? Who am I thinking of? Who was the centre-back West Brom had? Did he go to? He was going to go to Crystal Palace. I think he did in the end, but he had like problems with his knees or something. I don't know. Best player in the Championship at the moment, says Sigurd. Probably Emi Buendia, isn't it? On form and ability. On ability as well, Ismail Assar's pretty hot to trot, isn't he? Ivan Toney having a great season. In comes the throw-in, headed away by Lees. And that is going to be a corner. Yeah, so this is just another Nathan Ferguson. Just a guy with the same name. No wonder I'm getting confused, Alex. Thank you. What a good place to be. Don't doubt your knowledge. You're bang on the money with Nathan Ferguson. There we go. As a Norwich fan, that's why lovely to hear. No bias from you. Mate, I know a good football player when I see one. Don't worry about that. David is watching Swans. More likely, but not in control. Hashtag end of story. Fact. End of debate. No discussion required. It's perfectly simple. Lovely stuff, Russ. Here's Jensen with the corner. Jensen right-footed. Clips that to the back post. And cleared by Wednesday. Oh, nice feet by Harris. Got a good break on here. That's going to be a yellow card. Sergio Canos immediately puts both hands up like he's been arrested by a policeman with a gun there. I think we call that a tactical foul in the trade, don't we? Canos brings down Harris to stop the counter-attack and takes the yellow card. Ferguson left West Brom for Palace. Yeah, that's the one, Alex. But hasn't he got some underlying horrible shin or knee injury or some stuff? I don't know. Do I think Fulham Newcastle will be? Yes, I do. I didn't realise that was the last game of the season. That sounds tremendous. We'll definitely watch along that one if everything is still going. Buendia to join the 10-goal, 10-assist posse. I think he might just get there, mightn't he, with the way he's playing with 17 games to go or 15 games to go, whatever it is. A joy to watch, isn't he? Completely mental, but a joy to watch. That Argentinian temperament, let's just say. Ipswich had a player, Mauricio Tarrico, is exactly the same. He's brilliant. But yeah, just crazed, so passionate. Love it. Here's Reed. Reeve played it to Dalsgaard. Who's that down? I think it's Yanel. Well, he went down. I think that's referee Eltring. I haven't checked the referees here. All of it stop-start here. Only 2 goals in our games so far. 40 minutes gone. Thrown down the line. Rhodes tried to grab it. It's going to be a throw-in for Brentford. Reed's not happy with Jordan Rhodes because I think they were throwing it back as the restart because they're giving them the ball back. But ho-hum. Pinnock boots that one down the ground. 41 gone. Brentford 1. Sheffield Wednesday 0. Ferguson is still at Palace with a dodgy knee, apparently. He's a good player as well, isn't he? Shame. Hope that doesn't dog him through his career. Here is Fosu. Turns. Here comes Hutchison. So here comes the foul. No. Referee Eltring gives an advantage. Fosu back into midfield. Here's Jensen. Nice build-up by Brentford. Dalsgaard. Oh, nice cross by Dalsgaard. Good header clear. Who was that back on the cover? I think that might have been Penny, possibly. Palmer. Who's the right wing back for Wednesday? Sorry, Palmer. No, he's playing centre back, isn't he? Yeah. Good header clear by Liam Palmer. And Jordan Rhodes, experienced old fox there, draws a foul, and Wednesday are going to get up the pitch. 42 gone. Paul Lambert is in the chat again. He's speaking to everyone now after his glorious win at Hull yesterday. Unbelievable scenes. Main event, Preston v QPR. Well, maybe this is the main event here on YouTube. The Wednesday night SuperStream, Paul. Weird step. Just notice Morecambe are 4 points off top in League Two with a game in hand, a goal difference of 0. Who was it that went up with a minus? Was it Huddersfield in 16-17? Went up as they went up as minus goal difference, didn't they? Brilliant. And drew all of their playoff games and won them all on penalties. Tremendous. Here's a Brentford throw. 43 on the clock. Mads Sørensen. I think he's going to go into the box, actually. Dalsgaard's coming up. Reed is, and then stitched up the centre halves by throwing it back, and now they all have to get back into shape. What a mess. Raya has to boot it down the ground now to no one in particular. And out it goes. Yeah, right. Own goal in the playoffs, wasn't it, Russ? Sensational. I probably know the answer to this because it's probably going to be Bournemouth Cardiff, isn't it? But at 7:45, we got 3 games kicking off. Which one do you want us to have a look at? We have, if I can figure out how to use a computer, Blackburn versus Watford, Bournemouth Cardiff, and Preston QPR. We'll follow the goals as ever. Obviously, I think the most interest is in the Bournemouth Cardiff game, isn't it? And then from 8 o'clock, we'll have 6 games all going at once, and we'll be flying around on the red button. Unbelievable scenes. One for Bournemouth Cardiff, one for Blackburn Watford. You see, I know Iain supports Watford, and I know Zach supports Bournemouth. So let's get some unbiased suggestions here. Ooh. Buemo tried to play Fosu in there. He gets in the way. He was in behind if that pass is completed. Oh, the vote is getting split here now. I think I'm going to make the final call because I want to watch Bournemouth Cardiff. So Look, we'll start there, and whenever there's a goal, we will move. There you go. I'm going to do I'll be like one of those American broadcasters and have a complete confirmation bias and only click the stuff that meets my agenda, or rather every media outlet in the world. Anyway, let's not get into that nonsense. Anything that isn't Preston QPR. I bet what happens, Alex, is the first goal will be at Preston QPR, and we'll go there after 1 minute, and then we'll have to stay there for 30 minutes, won't we? We'll see. So it's 1-0 Brentford, and it's 1-0 Barnsley. Let's have a look at the live table. So Brentford will be... I mean, I don't really need to talk about Brentford in relation to Norwich because they're so far clear, but they are currently going 2 points above Watford, who haven't kicked off yet, so no points going on there. Swans are level coming up half-time. That's the other 7 p.m. kickoff. They're level against Coventry. Corner for Brentford. We're in stoppage time here. I am guessing it's half-time at Barnsley. They're leading 1-0. Just avert your eyes down. 7th position. As soon as Cardiff kick off, though, of course, they will go above Barnsley by virtue of the point they get for kicking off. Corner for Brentford. And we're just seeing it. Oh, there was a big chance for Stoke at the end of the half. They look like Stephen Fletcher on the back end of a cross. Rhodes doing his defensive work. Their heads clear from the corner. I don't know how much stoppage time there was. It says 46:55 on the clock. Preston and QPR has kicked off, according to Twitter. And referee Eltringham brings this one to a halt. It's half-time. It's Brentford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. 3 straight defeats. Sorry, it was referee Simpson. I get them confused. Right, I'm going to hit the red button, and we're going to head to Bournemouth, which should be on our match choice, because they have just kicked off. And shall I put QPR up there? No, I'll just leave Gillette up there. Russ, half-time. Brentford 1-0. Thank you, sir. Utter trash, says Steve. Playing Coventry's game, not ours. A slippy couple of games, Steve, for Swans after the 4-1 defeat. They're 0-0 at half-time with Cov. Remember, Cov did beat... Coventry had a hard run, hadn't they? They beat Brentford. They lost to Norwich, didn't they? Now they're having to play Swansea. Just seen your Chris Hughton tweet. Yeah, 1.81 points per game over 234 games. That is 4 entire seasons of football, isn't it, Alex? Sensational. Wednesday just can't score. This game is a 3-hit for them, though. Right, let's have a look at the teams. Bournemouth-Cardiff, which they have played 2 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll just bring these up on Sofa Scores. Bournemouth versus Cardiff. Remember, huge swing around. It was Bournemouth in 6th place, Cardiff in 15th. Now it's Bournemouth in 6th, Cardiff in 7th. And remember, because of goal difference being what it is, a 2-goal swing occurs with every goal that's scored, because essentially you add 1 onto one team's goal difference. Here comes Stanislas, edge of the box, and you take 1 off the other. Stanislas into the box, being tracked by NG. Here is Lloyd Kelly. Plays it inside to Jeff Lerma. We'll get you the teams up in just a sec. Lewis Cook. I'm seeing a Mick McCarthy mid-low block here. Plenty behind the ball for Cardiff. Kelly up against NG again. Morrison closes. Bournemouth having the ball but not really particularly going anywhere. And it is in the end turned over to Cardiff. Poor clearance though. And now NG is going to head that one away. And finally, the ball's booted down the ground, where Cameron Carter-Vickers and Kiefer Moore, former Ipswich teammates, of course, in the Mick McCarthy days, tussle it out there. NG is pronounced ing. You're actually wrong about that, Russ, I have to say. Go on the Cardiff website and you'll see a video of Perry NG telling you how to pronounce his name. So I assume he knows. Oh, look, there's Michelle Owen. Leeds 2021 will be very, very happy to see that. Right, let's have a look at the teams. And there they are. Begovic in goal. Carter Vickers, Cook and Kelly. Rico and Smith are the wing-backs. Lerma and Cook, central. Stanislas and Billing, I mean, they've got him sort of front right. We will see. Surridge up top. You'd imagine he's the right guy to play against Cardiff, who have Phillips in goal. He's got the shirt off Smithies. Morrison, Flint, Nelson, Bennett, NG, Volks and Pack, Wilson, the danger man, Murphy and Moore, the goal scorer. Up top. Had a boss with the name. He lies. Who, your boss? Or Perry NG? Hey, who cares? Here's Billing. That was a weird one because Cook went down. Ref gave an advantage. Who was the referee in this one? Referee Ward gave an advantage, and Billing kind of stopped and said, "I don't want an advantage. I want a free kick." Josh Murphy playing striker. Yes, he is, Liam. And thank you for telling me it was Josh, because at some point I would have called him Jacob. Josh. We're seeing a chance for QPR. Oh, big chance early in the game. Good save by Iverson, the Preston goalkeeper there. I think, was it Lyndon Dykes went through there? 0-0 in those games. I'll add them to the ticker in just a second. We'll just see out this free kick. That Stanislas is the right foot possibility. Rico with the left foot. Stanislas takes it. Stanislas shoots, actually. Tries the old Joe Bryan in the playoff final and tries to catch. It's not Smithies in goal, is it? It's Phillips. And he tips it around the post. Let's have a look. And we'll just add to the ticker. We will add to the ticker the games that have just kicked off, which are Preston, QPR, Bournemouth, Cardiff, Blackburn, Watford. Let's see if I can remember all of those. Here come Cardiff on the counter. Preston, QPR, Blackburn, Watford, and Bournemouth, Cardiff. I didn't write 0-0 between Bournemouth and Cardiff. I thought I'd nailed that, talking and typing at the same time. Gosh, there we go. Okay, free kick to Cardiff. Bournemouth, excuse me. Lerma plays it back. The eyebrow here, right? Nice one. A friend of mine has a surname of Lee. Honestly, it is pronounced I. Oh, is that first one an I? His first name is Fernando, and once on a guest list, they put him down as Fernando II. I thought there was going to be a punchline coming there, MJ. Or maybe it was. Aye, Captain. Eli says Stoke have looked dangerous in the first half, probably lucky to be ahead. Lovely goal, though, wasn't it, by Styles? Oh, God, Cammy trying to pronounce Jeju's name. Wow. Here's Surridge into Stanislas. Stanislas plays that one out wide to Rico. Plenty forward for Bournemouth here. Crossed in. Headed clear by Nelson. Helped on by Volks. Bournemouth win it back. Cardiff just sat behind the ball. I've seen this before. And G makes the foul on Diego Rico. My mate David lost his ID the other day. Now he's just Dav. That's tremendous, James. Lovely stuff. Is that what Cammy said? D-I-D-O. Yeah, great goal. Saw a stat saying he's had more goal involvements than Bellingham had all last year. He went for 25 million. Well, I don't know if it's that simple with valuations, but hey, I think the thing with Bellingham as well is Bellingham had been known for sort of 3 or 4 years as this ridiculous young player as well. So I think his reputation was known all around Europe even before he was in the Birmingham team. Oh, crossed in by Rico. Lerma wins the header. It's quite... he has to get it at the peak of his jump, Lerma, and he wins the header and it flies over the bar. It's not an easy chance, but it's the first chance of the game. I'm sure Mick, if that's the extent of the chances that Bournemouth are going to be happy, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Callum, what are you, the Valley? Because I'm a Charlton fan. What do I think of the Valley, Callum? I used to hate the Valley because I remember being a teenager and I saw Ipswich losing the playoffs there. But since, if I leave my bias at the door, good place to watch football, isn't it, the Valley? Although hard to park anywhere near it, isn't it? Right in the middle of suburban South London. Corner for Cardiff, which Wilson is going to take. Up comes Flint. Up comes Nelson. Where's Morrison? There he is. It's going to be a corner from the left from Wilson. In it goes. Moore was in there. Headed out. Here's Bennett. Back out to Wilson on the left foot. Comes inside. He's going to cross it with the right. That's poor from Wilson, especially from a player of his quality. Will Ipswich get promoted? When? Sometime in my lifetime, probably. This season, maybe not. Great away end. Apart from that big post down the middle of it. Actually, to be fair, in the glorious 99-2000 season, one of the most important away games at the end of... It's probably one of the last games Ipswich didn't choke on. Last big games in the last 20 years. But I saw a brilliant away win there. And they were going to be presented with the trophy that day. And we rained on their parade. Tremendous stuff. What's the League One transfer cap? Well, I think you're talking about the salary cap, Alex. It's been changed again. So they went from one that was related to turnover to a hard salary cap, which was 2.5, was it 1.5 million pounds? I can't remember. But anyway, they've gone back to it being related to turnover. Big chance for Preston, says Dan. I think we're going to see it, actually. I've got the Gillette show on. Yeah, here we go. Free kick in, tipped around the post. I take it that wasn't the big chance. Dieng pushes that one around the post. Hillsborough away, and there's two massive poles, isn't it? You've never been to Luton, have you, Eli? I've experimented in about 10 different seats in 10 different games at Luton to try and find the best one. There is no seat without a pole. 13 minutes, 25 gone. Bournemouth 0, Cardiff 0. In the 7 p.m s, it's Barnsley 1, Stoke 0, and Brentford 1, Wednesday 0, Swansea 0, Cov 0. They're all half-time. It's Preston 0, Rangers 0, Blackburn 0, Watford 0. And we are currently watching Bournemouth 0, Cardiff 0, waiting for some goals. We're never waiting too long in the Championship, are we? Throw in to Bournemouth. Thrown in by... Who's playing right back to Smith or Stacey? I think it's Smith by his appearance, but let me just bring my teams up again. Make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah. And in the time it took me to work that out, Cardiff have transitioned up the pitch and have won a free kick. And here come the land of the Giants again. Flint, Morrison and Moore. That's going to be prolific, isn't it? In it goes. Flint wins the header, but it's going to be easy for Surridge to clear. Oh, crikey. We got some QPR fans in. Yeah, that is just anywhere in that stadium's a horrible view, isn't it? Even in the platinum seats, you get poles in the way. I refuse to sit behind the goal anymore there. Can't see anything. Throw in to Cardiff down the right-hand side. Ben, the Sheffield United Way podcast, having a live chat about what has gone wrong at Sheffield United. What do you think to that? I think it confirms the world is officially mad. I think Lee's on that, isn't he? One of our subscribers, Ben. Is Lee on there tonight? I think he said he was asking me about Luke Freeman earlier. So I think that's Nick as well, one of my YouTube friends. So yeah, let me know what they say. Obviously, you stay with our stream if you want. Not wanting to give our competition any other viewers. But yeah, it'd be interested to know what they are saying. I'm a Leeds fan. I remember at the end of 18-19, you beat us 3-2. I knew we weren't getting promoted through the playoffs. Yeah, to be fair, that was the game was a dead rubber for Leeds, wasn't it? Rubbish. Foster is sitting in amongst the cardboard cutouts. It's going to be a sight. It's like, where's Wally? And he's too busy making YouTube videos, isn't he? Hey? What do you think will come first, World Peace or the new Luton Stadium? Can we add the Derby takeover into that as well? That's tremendous. Bialkowski, yeah, he's the best Pole, isn't he? But he's at Millwall. Down the line it goes into the channel looking for Surridge. Fairly attritional, this. Looks a lot like a Mick McCarthy game, doesn't it? Lerma played it down the line, and G got fouled by Diego Rico. Yeah, that's the Gary Rowett Championship record. It's a lot of games, isn't it? 267. Wow. 1.5 points per game. Very, very, very serviceable, isn't it? See why he gets jobs, don't ya? If Brentford can hold on to this lead, it'd be so important for providing momentum. Yeah, they need a kickstart. I think Tony's back at the weekend, isn't he? Here's Lerma to Billing. Big press from Nelson, wins it back. Carter Vickers to Kelly. Kelly steps forward. It tries to come down the line, but it's going to be a throw-in for Cardiff. Stephen is here. Have I been surprised with Leeds in the Prem and Barnsley push for a playoff spot? No. Surprised with neither. Look, I'm really enjoying Barnsley. I do have to say that. But a push for a playoff spot, that needs to last more than a few games before we can really call it that. But big fan of what Barnsley are doing at the moment. Switch of play there, looking for NG, who was offside. Dan says Preston could have had 3 by now. That doesn't sound good, does it? Carter Vickers plays that home to Begovic. Played out of defence. Nice turn by Stanislas. And here comes Smith down the right-hand side. Bennett snaps in with the tackle, but they got out to Billing. Billing, who's sort of one of these footballers who just looks aesthetically pleasing on the ball, doesn't he? Rico. In it comes back to Rico and into Lerma. Cardiff's defensive shape, as you can imagine, under Mick. Looks very sturdy. Press is good as well, actually. And they've won it back. Bennett to Moore. And home it goes again. Cleared down the pitch. Carter Vickers wins the header. Nelson heads it back. Wilson to Volks. Bit muddled, this game. Very, very attritional. No side really managing to advance anything in the final third, either direction. And Bournemouth's best work tends to be when one of the spare centre-halves comes forward and gets in next to one of the wing-backs, and they get an extra man that way. Otherwise, Cardiff are just sort of 1-for-1 all over the pitch, and it's not really a great deal of space. Big diagonal switch there, looking for Rico, chests it down. Rico, he wanted to play Kelly in there. Good cover from Murphy, though. Lerma plays it to Billing. Billing holds the ball. Oh, nice ball as well. Into Steve Cook, who's back in the team. He didn't play in the last game, did he? That they lost at QPR. We should be expecting the second halves of the 7 o'clock kickoffs to be a go-go now, shouldn't we? So we should have 6 games live at once. Let me just check that is the case. Yeah, it's 8:07. It should be the case. There we go. So have a quick look up on the screen there. So Barnsley 1, Stoke 0, 49 gone. Swansea 0, Cov 0, 51 gone. Brentford 1, Wednesday 0, 50 gone. Preston 0, Rangers 0, 24. Bournemouth 0, Cardiff 0, 23. Blackburn 0, Watford 0, 24. So we will jump on wherever the next goal happens. Double sub by Stoke. Fletcher and Thompson out. Vokes and Allen in the 49th minute as well. So Michael O'Neill clearly wanting to force the issue there. Billing to Lerma, and that's given away. And Cardiff just doing enough to disrupt Bournemouth at the moment. They've got a throw in down the left, Bennett. And they've lost it, actually. Now, can they turn over quickly here? Bournemouth. Stanislas to Lerma to Kelly. Kelly up the line. And with all of that being said, we are off to Watford, ladies and gentlemen, because there is a goal there. And Watford have taken the lead. The goal has not yet occurred on the iFollow feed, so we're going to get to have a look at this. So get your head around who is in this game. Although it's blooming iFollow feeds have gone pixelated again on my TV screen. There we go. That looks like Sierralta. I'm on my third different game of the evening now. He's giving it back to Backman. Backman with a big kick down the ground, headed away, lobbed forward, I think, by Gosling, and it is João Pedro. It's a pretty clever finish that in the end. Lobs it over the goalkeeper's head, and it's 1-0 to Watford on 24 minutes. Watford lead. João Pedro with the goal. I don't think we're going to get a replay, so we might have to have a look up on Gillette there. It was a kind of odd goal, actually, because the Blackburn centre-half headed it away and just came off position for a second. It was then lobbed straight back over by Tom Cleverley, and then João Pedro. Right, I'm watching it on Gillette now. So it's headed clear, and they just don't get back into shape. It's so poor from the Blackburn centre-halves. It's not great from Kaminski in goal either. João Pedro does everything right. He kind of gets his body in the way and then lobs the ball over. However, we're not going to be staying there long because we're off to Swansea, where Swansea have just taken the lead against Coventry. 52 gone in that one. And the goals are starting to fly in now. And second, third, and fourth are all leading. It's a corner to Swansea, I suspect. This is where the goal is going to come from. That is your updated ticker along the bottom there. About a couple of quick-fire goals. We weren't at Blackburn long. It's Hurahan with the corner, left-footed. In it goes, and it's just headed in from really close range. Ben Cabango is the goal scorer. And Conor Hurahan doing the business. He's been a really good signing, hasn't he, for Swansea? Involved in so much, pretty much most of their goals, either scoring them or setting them up since he's arrived. He pops the corner in from the right-hand side. And they do quite well, actually, because the way they set up, Wilson, the Coventry goalkeeper, is completely trapped and can't get out. And Cabango, if he wins his jump and heads it goalwards, now we're going to get another look at this on Gillette, is able to just head that into the net. Lovely delivery by Hurahan. But, yeah, Wilson just gets stuck on his goal line. We'll go to your comments in just a sec. We'll get a replay there as well. It's really not great goalkeeping, is it? Yeah, just a crowd of people, and the keeper needs to come over the top of that. And as soon as I say that, away we go to Bournemouth, where Cardiff have taken the lead. Wow. We are possibly getting an all-new top six tonight because Cardiff lead in 27 minutes. We're here in time for the goal. Wilson, edge of the box, clipped in by Volks, headed away. Bennett up from wing-back. Bennett crosses it in. It goes all the way over for a corner. And I assume Cardiff are going to score from the corner. Bang, bang, bang. In go the goals. I promise we'll get to your comments in a second. We'll just react to this goal for Cardiff, which is going to come from a set play. Wilson is going to take it from the right-hand side, left-footed. In it goes, and there on the near post, what is that celebration? Is Sean Morrison, who is so good from set plays. Not sure about the celebration, but gets in there on the near post and glances the header in for a 0-0 for Cardiff, who will go above Bournemouth, and it would be a sixth win in a row. Sean Morrison heads in on 27 minutes, and Cardiff lead 1-0. We'll go to your comments in a sec. We now have goals in all of our games other than Preston 0, QPR 0, where I think there's been a couple of chances already. Let's have a look, though, at the live league table because we've just had lots of goals, put it that way. So, there it be. Brentford are leading. Well, they were already leading. So they're on 60. Watford took the lead through João Pedro. They're also on 60 if everything stays the same. That is the caveat to all of this. Swansea just took the lead through Cabango. So they're going to move on to 59. And then as it stands, look at that gap. 8 points gap between Swansea and Reading if everything fleshes out the way we think it's going to. And then into sixth place currently will be Cardiff. It'd be a very, very big win if Cardiff can get the job done here. But They have won 5 on the trot. They are in the business of getting the job done at the moment. And I am in the business of wanting to know your reactions to that. There you go, Alistair. You've had the live league table. Mick is on fire. You're telling me. So Mick has 17 points in 7 games so far. Could potentially have 20 points in his first 8 games. Unbelievable. Chris, entirely predictable. Soft defense versus dead ball experts. Wow. Goodness me. Wednesday have taken off. Reach and brought Deli Bashiru on. And we're going to stick with Bournemouth versus Cardiff. That was the location of our most recent goal. Sean Morrison heading in Harry Wilson's corner to give Cardiff and Mick McCarthy the lead just before the half-hour mark. Let's get Peanuts a goal for his €50 bet there. Oh, God, here comes Cardiff again down the left. Kiefer Moore into the box. Oh, good effort. Shifts it to the side of Phil Billing, drives it at the near post. Difficult angle. Good play from Moore. And Begovic behind the ball. Have I got it the wrong way round, Sonny? There we go. We're trying to keep up, my friend. There'll always be one that goes the wrong way around. There you go. Blackburn 0, Watford 1. The ticker should now be correct. Thank you. Told you any game but Preston versus Cuba. We haven't been there yet, have we? Corner goes in for Cardiff. Flint gets up on the back post. Looked like he was kind of climbing on Kiefer Moore's back there to get up there, and he heads it away. Begovic, full of urgency, takes the goal kick really quickly. The rest of his team didn't appear to have the same level of urgency. So that quick splurge of goals. João Pedro scored on 25 for Watford. Cabango scored for Swansea on 54. But obviously that was given their kickoff time a minute apart. And then Morrison scored on 28 for Cardiff, who look like they're playing this quite well now. Every time I go from the comments over to my TV screen, the ball's kind of in the Bournemouth half. And Cardiff are sort of keeping them hemmed in. Yes, we must do that one. We'll do mixed, although I think a few dodgy seasons at Ipswich might knock mixed points per game down. But what did Mick have at Sunderland? It's like 94, wasn't it? They won the title with. And then obviously took Wolves up as well. The most he ever got for Ipswich was 78 in 14-15. But yeah, worth looking at. Worth looking at indeed. Solid Pope. If QPR don't bring out a new motivation in the second half, this game is over. And Preston has it won. Well, still 0-0. But I'll take your word for it if that's the way the game state is headed. Will Volks is asking for a towel from... didn't think we were allowed to do that at the moment. Oh, is it one of the Cardiff subs? Nice. So Volks, huge long throw goes in. And, oh, big chance there. Kiefer Moore on the half volley. Really good save by Asmir Begovic. That could have been 2-0. Just a huge long throw tossed in. It bounced down to Moore and he smacks so it opens up for him and he hits the half volley left-footed and Begovic saves. Good save, actually, with his feet. Wow. Corner. Wilson. In it goes, headed by Flint. They look so dangerous from these set plays, don't they? They really, really do. Right, we're 90 minutes into the stream, so I can have another one of these, can't I? That would be allowed. Yellow card for Joe Rothwell for Blackburn. Blackburn 0, Watford 1. Watford's away form is picking up, isn't it? Not as bad as it has been. Here come Bournemouth on the counter with Billing. Wilson chases him back. Billing to Smith into Lerma. Lerma plays it out wide to Rico, whose cross deflects into NG and is easy for Phillips. I keep wanting to say Smithies. For Phillips to gather. Big kick down the ground. Here is Moore. Moore to NG, who plays that into the channel, and out it goes. Nobody there. Oh, they've given it away from the goal kick. Here's Wilson. Wilson, the shot's deflected. NG, it's going to be a penalty. Oh, dear. Diego Rico knew. He totally knew as soon as he slid in there. He's sliding before NG has even got the ball, and he can just make his mind up and knock it past him. And Cardiff have a penalty to go 2-0 up in this one. We said Mick McCarthy would be licking his lips at taking on inexperienced Jonathan Woodgate. And here comes Kiefer Moore, 36 gone for 2-0. Moore with the right foot, 5-step run up, smacks it in the top corner. Bournemouth 0, Cardiff 2. And off we go to Watford, where Watford have now gone 2-0 up against Blackburn. And these games are shaking out for the favourites in the main here. So Kiefer Moore puts Mick and Cardiff 2-0 up. And if ever there was a shoe-in for manager of the month, goodness sakes. We'll have a look and see how many Kiefer has scored this season now for Cardiff. He's on fine form. And so are Cardiff. But we're about to see a Watford goal. They're playing it out from the back. Hughes drives forward to Cleverly. Cleverly down the line for Firmina. Firmina crosses it in. Oh, they don't get it clear. It's scruffy. João Pedro hits the post. And Ismaila Sarr forces it over the line. I thought it was going to be a really nice goal played out from the back. Bit messy in the end. Watford won't care. Sarr makes it 2-0 for the Hornets. And I think we should probably have a look at this from a Blackburn point of view. I think that might be, if they lose today, 5 straight defeats. Good counter from Watford. And they just can't handle João Pedro and Sarr up the top end. And it is 2-0, and we'll stay with this game. We didn't get long here last time to Watford. Let's go to the live league table now. Not much has changed, but we can be a little bit more solid because we got 2-goal leads now in 2 of our games. So it's Brentford 1, Wednesday 0. Brentford are currently in second as it stands, going to be headed for 60 points, and they're going to be ending their 3-game losing streak, and they have played 66 minutes there. Watford have just gone 2-0 up, so they're looking very good to go on to 60 points also. Swansea are 1 up. They're going to go on to 59. Kabungo scored there. And Watford are only in the first half. They're only on 41 minutes, whereas Swansea are way into the second half. They're on 68 minutes. Are you keeping up? I hope so. Then The big one is Bournemouth 0, Cardiff 2, where we now see Cardiff switch places with Bournemouth. And look at Barnsley breathing down their neck. They're also leading. Not a good day for Bournemouth as things stand. Down at the bottom of the table, Wednesday are losing. Coventry are losing, which is all good news for Rotherham and Birmingham, who also lost last night. Remember, Wycombe won. So it could be a perfect set of results for Wycombe. Blackburn are losing potentially for the 5th game in a row. Preston and Rangers are 0-0 at 13th and 14th in the table. I hope all of that makes some sense. So Blackburn 0, Watford 2 is the game we are looking at. 40 minutes and 46 gone. Obviously, my follow feed might be a minute or two. Ivan Toney's been subbed on, has he? I didn't think we were going to be seeing him today. Goodness me, I hope they've not rushed him back. But yes, that is correct. Tony is back. Got to be careful rushing these star guys back from injuries. Ewan, manager of the month to Mick McCarthy. If not, Cisco for making the Watford away form good. Yeah, there's a few candidates, aren't they? Jordan Rhodes crossing the ball to nobody before he's realising that's where he should be. Now, I need to keep my eye on this Blackburn game because Blackburn are about to get one back against Watford, tells me the Sky Bet app. So we'll keep an eye on this. The iFollow feed is slightly behind, but we're about to get a goal for Blackburn. They've got a throw-in down the right-hand side, tossed down the line. Sierralta plays the back pass home. Not good kick by Backman. But then Watford win it back. I can't see how they're going to concede from this. Deary me, then Hughes loses it. And then Messina loses it. Slipped through. Here's Harvey Elliott, who slams it in the top corner. That is a horrible goal that Watford have just conceded. They gave away possession, I think, 4 times in the space of 30 seconds there to concede that goal. That's a real poor... it's a nice finish by Harvey Elliott. Sticks in the top corner from the angle with the right foot. But I was sitting there watching that, knowing that the goal was going to go in, thinking, how on earth are they going to concede from this? And they just continually gave the ball away and gave the ball away. And now it's Blackburn 1, Watford 2. And that comfortable, well, certainly more comfortable 2-0 lead has been surrendered. But here comes Sarr down the right-hand side. Nice feet by Sarr. Firmino crosses that one in and it's headed wide by João Pedro in the centre. Yeah. It's Messina in the end that gets robbed. And then the ball deflects out to Elliott. It's a nice finish by Elliott. But really, the fact that they're giving away a goal-scoring chance from all of that possession, really, really poor. Let me update the ticker. Doesn't change any of the positions in the league table, but Watford would obviously prefer to be defending a 2-goal lead than a 1-goal lead. Blackburn 1, Watford 2. It's Barnsley 1, Stoke 0, Brentford 1, Wednesday 0, Swansea 1, Coventry 0, Preston 0, Rangers 0, Blackburn 1, Watford 2, Bournemouth 0. Cardiff 2, by God. Barnsley are just making their statutory 5 substitutions in the second half. They lead 1-0. Those 7 p.m. kickoffs are now moving into the last sort of 20 minutes of normal time. So Barnsley have played 71, Swansea have played 74, Brentford have played 72. Let's have a look at your comments as we come up to half-time at Blackburn, and then we'll switch over to another game. I'm off to the Vitality to play left-back. Good luck with that one, Charlie. Lockdown's nearly over, though. Fingers crossed. Ewan, yes, it was a bit of a head-in-hands goal for Watford, wasn't it? Just gave away the ball. Can't believe it. So many times in one check. Daniel Batman would be nice. Backman. Bottom four, all going at under 1 point per game, which suggests a low tide and 45 points could be enough. It's changed, hasn't it, Alex? Has changed. All the indications were about 5 games ago. It's going to be a high tide. But remember, with the relegation picture, it doesn't matter what fourth bottom does if third bottom and the bottom 3 all get cut adrift, does it? So, not good. Jed Evans should have just scored. This is ridiculous. Preston. Yeah, I'm hearing this, Dan. Preston, we haven't actually laid eyes on the Preston game yet because we're waiting for a goal. And speaking of waiting for a goal, off we go to Brentford, where the Bees have gone 2-0 up. They bought on Ivan Toney. I wonder if it's him that's got the goal. But Brentford look pretty home and hosed now. iFollow is just behind. 72 gone. It's a free kick to Wednesday that goes all the way through to Raya. And I think we're about to get the second Brentford goal. It's thrown out to the right-hand side. Nice drive by Mbuemo inside. He switches to play. Half-time, Preston 0, QPR 0. Sorensen slows it down. Pinnock out to Jensen. Jensen plays it forward to Mbuemo. Oh, lovely finish by Saman Ghoddos in the sort of inside right position. I think they're all expecting him to cross it to Ivan Toney, and Ghoddos slams that one in with the right foot into the corner. So Brentford now are 2-0 up with 17 to go. It's Brentford 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Ghoddos firing into the corner with his right foot. Again, that will not change the live league table. Half-time at Blackburn as well. Half-time at Preston. And half-time at Bournemouth. So we're switching back now to the games that kicked off at 7. Smith and Timon in for Cousins and Clark. In fact, let's go back to that game. We're going to go back to Barnsley versus Stoke. So there's 3 games active at the moment. It's Barnsley 1, Stoke 0, Brentford 2, Wednesday 0, Swansea 1, Coventry 0. We're now looking at Barnsley versus Stoke. We'll get to the Swansea game in a bit. We'll leave the Brentford game because there's a 2-goal lead in that one now for the Bees, who are ending, touch wood if you're a Bees fan, they're ending a 3-game losing streak. They're 2-0 up with 20-odd minutes to go for Thomas Frank here. Ghoddos has become an important player. Yeah, he's eased into the season, Tom, hasn't he? It's just with Brentford players, when they sign these guys, I don't know who they are. I just expect them to be good straight away, but it sometimes takes a bit of time. The ref on Friday is Lang. You got referee Langford on Friday, Owen. Actually, I'll do that game, Owen. If is it Forest Derby? I'd imagine will be Houghton versus Rooney. I look forward to that one. Stoke get that one clear. We're 74-41. And out comes a yellow card for John Obi Mikel in this one. 74-57. Barnsley 1, Stoke 0. Barnsley pushing up the table. Going to be quite close to Bournemouth now, aren't they? Let's just have a look at the live league table as it pertains to Barnsley. Yeah, they're going to be 1 point off the playoffs if everything stays the same. That means they need to win and Cardiff need to win. But at the moment, perfect storm for Barnsley because they are closing in on those playoff positions. I mean, perfect storm. That's subjective. Do you want the playoffs to be closer, or do you want more teams within a smaller amount of points? I guess. But anyway, they're winning. That's all they can do. As I talk myself around in circles. Big kick by Angus Gunn. Dun, 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 dun. Headed clear. Styles, the goal scorer, gets on the end of that. Such a good player, isn't he? Suter wins it back. Look at this Barnsley press, for God's sake. DK plays it to Mowat. And Anderson plays it up the line to Styles. Mowat back to Styles. Good football, this. In it goes, half clear, DK, and I think is that Adebayo? Sorry, I don't know what subs have been made. Looks like Woodrow, Adebayo, and DK is the front three now, which wasn't the front three last time I was looking. Barnsley looked good since I've been back watching this game. Any chance Stoke turn this around? From what I've just seen in the last couple of minutes, Barnsley are on top, but we've only just dived in. You think Mowbray's job could be on the line? I think if they drop him another couple of places, I think it could, Katie. In comes the corner from Barnsley, headed clear. 77-20 on the clock. Styles plays it wide to Mowat. Mowat crosses in, headed away by Suter. Everybody drink. We've said that about a million times. And in the end, that was Thompson getting it away. It's going to be a free kick to Stoke. Nat says, will we be classed as dearly departed? But I get asked this a lot. It just depends on time as to whether I can have dearly departed League One edition as well as Premier League edition. Obviously, if the clubs are the size of Sheffield Wednesday, then it is worth my while to cover them, if you know what I mean, just in terms of the potential audience. So now I can't say, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look in the summer, see how time is and how we're doing here on the channel. That looks like, is that Apo Jaume has come on as well? I should check these Barnsley subs. Looks like we've made about 5. Oh, played into the channel. Lovely ball. Now looking for Brown. All the Barnsley supporters were scared that Brown, having signed from from Barnsley for Stoke, was going to score past them. He hasn't so far. Nearly got in behind there. Jaume wins it in central midfield. Jaume plays it into the corner for Britain. Oh, he can't quite keep it in. They are just 100 miles an hour, Barnsley. Tremendous stuff. Sorry, Nat. I made an assumption. I didn't take into account the Mighty Owls playoff run here. Bournemouth crazy comeback on. I sadly can't feel it. Not from 2 down. Deary me. We're worth covering, although that may be a dearly divided league too. Shouldn't laugh because not fun what's going on at Wigan, is it? Headed clear by Britain. That's Jack Clark. He must have come on since I've been watching. Clark plays it wide. Norrington Davies. Nice looking cross that, but it's too close to Collins. And he makes the catch. We're coming up 80 minutes in this one. Barnsley are going to move to within 1 point of the playoffs as things stand. That's obviously dependent on this game and Cardiff maintaining that lead. They've got 2-0 lead at Bournemouth. I thought something might be in the air tonight. The championship drama is starting. Headed away by Britain. Woodrow helps that on. DK coming down the right-hand side. DK stands up his man, crosses it in low, cleared again by Suter. Whoever said Neil Warnock and Suter would be a match made in heaven or whatever they said, I agree. I think if there's one player he could trade for no money and just swap one of his players for, Dale Fry and Harry Suter as centre halves. Tremendous. Teams are always dearly departed, especially if they're Leeds and Villa, Chris. Yeah, once you're gone, you stay in the dearly departed. Until such times, we've got about 1 million in there. In it goes from Mowat. Nice corner into the near post. Good header clear by Vokes. And on that note, we are going back to Brentford because it is Brentford 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Brentford are about to go 3-0 up, 82 minutes. That's more like it from the Bees after the 3-game losing streak. They've done it without Ivan Toney from the start, although he is on the pitch. Mads Beck Sørensen is going to score this. We've got a free kick to Brentford. So I'm guessing Sørensen's going to head this into the back of the net, but we will find out in a second, although my screen looks like Minecraft again. The joys of switching between games on iFollow. Come on, sort it out. Free kick comes in from the right. And I think I caught most of it. Sørensen header on the back post. Just kind of sneaks in. I think Wildsmith got a hand to it. It is Brentford 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. In fact, I'm going to get a much better view on Soccer Gillette. Can Wildsmith save that? I don't know where he's going to parry it, to be fair, but it's not exactly in the corner. But Sørensen makes it 3-0. Shall we go to Swansea, where we haven't been too much tonight? They're leading 1-0, and Coventry are on the attack. Darbo crosses in for Coventry. I'm now watching, you'll probably tell by the names, I'm now watching Swansea v Coventry. And it is a free kick to Swansea, 84-45 on the clock. So Brentford look home and hosed and saved, but Barnsley and Swansea both defending 1-0 lead. So potential for one goal to change the outcome of both of those games. Jack says, bit of a write-off season, especially for clubs with no parachute payments. Hope Blackburn stick with Mowbray. Virtually every team except Bristol City will be dearly departed. We'll see. Mads Beck, I mean, you don't hate your own players, Tom. Stop it. The Owls are being plucked. That's with a P. Alex, most painful aspects is not a single of our player, managers, chairman have apologised for any aspect of the last 3 years. Not good. Not good at all. Although I'm happy with beating them, I wouldn't want Wednesday to go down. They've been down before. We got some kind of everyone crowding around the referee here, although not that I'm going to get to see a replay. Grimes is there. Guay is there. I do not know quite who the referee is in this one. Andre Ayew is now being spoken to. Out comes a card for Ben Cabango. Actually, I think I'm going to see it on Gillette. I don't know. Much ado about nothing. Oh, no, sorry. It's Joel Latabaudiere. Much ado about nothing, if you ask me. Oh, Latabaudiere went down. Cabango was claiming there was an elbow on him. Nothing given. And it's a free kick to Coventry, which Matty James curls in right-footed. Oh, chance. He's just put it just wide of the post. I think that was Victor Gyökeres, who was on loan, of course, at Swansea earlier in the season. Free kick comes in from the right-hand side, and it's just wide of the post. Oh no, I beg your pardon. It was McFadzean with the chance. I'm going to get a much better look on Gillette than I am on iFollow. Yeah, decent chance that. Looked harder to put it where he did than to put it on target. McFadzean, the captain, sticks that one wide. Chance for Coventry. Swans on the attack, 87-27 gone. They will hope that Huddersfield game, Swansea, was an outlier and they'll go back to being really good defensively again. Because I was just thinking how trusting I was of the Swansea defence to be able to see out a 1-goal lead. But of course, they conceded 4 at the weekend, didn't they? 3 in 6 minutes in the second half, 6 or 7 minutes or something like that. Another free kick to Coventry. Sorry. Incredibly bad grammar. Laziness from me. So free kick to Coventry on the right-hand side. 88-10 on the clock. Can Coventry force a late equaliser? It was referee Woolmer, who I didn't know who he was. We're learning them all gradually, aren't we? Hey? And I think it's Connor Roberts has drawn a foul there. And that's going to give Swansea the chance to move everybody up the pitch. Woodman will no doubt take forever with this free kick. Lee knows his stuff. Well, he should do, shouldn't he? He's part of this parish. Good old Lee. Sounds like he's done a good job. Ben, just advertise the podcast that Lee's been on in the chat. We all know Lee in the chat, don't we? The Sheffield United fan. I think he's making his podcast debut tonight. Big one down the ground. Out it goes. 89-17 on the clock. We have Barnsley heading towards 90 minutes with a 1-0 lead against Stoke. We have Swansea heading toward 90 minutes with a 1-0 lead over Coventry. It's a free kick to the Swans, who are moving slower than you've ever seen anybody move ever. But hey, every team does that when they're defending the lead, don't they? And Grimes is going to presumably stick this in the channel for Mayhew to chase. Back underway, Blackburn-Watford. Remember, we've got another 3 games overlapping that are going to be into their second halves. We are into stoppage time now between Swansea and Coventry. Here come Cov. Sheaf clips that one forward, looking for Bakayoko in behind. Oh, he's given a corner there, referee Woolmer. I must confess, I thought that was a goal kick. But I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. Corner for Coventry in stoppage time here. 90 minutes and 53 up on the clock. Swansea need to defend this. In it goes from James. I don't know what on earth has happened there. It's going to be taken again, and I don't know why. Because it was taken. Someone went down on the penalty spot, and referee Woolmer said, have another go. But we're off to Barnsley, where Daryl DK has sealed the deal. Barnsley 2, Stoke 0. I want to see that goal. DK's first goal for Barnsley. And guess what? I just missed it. So we'll head back to Swansea, and hopefully I'll catch that on Gillette. But DK with his the USA player with his first goal in English football. We'll keep our eyes on Swansea and Coventry. Barnsley now 2-0 up. In goes the cross, headed out by Bidwell. James, back out. McCallum crosses it in, headed away. Good header clear by Kabungo. The goal scorer, Connor Roberts, boots it down the ground, much to the glee of every Swansea fan, no doubt, watching. Darbo's done well to beat Ayew. He comes forward down the left. We're going to have a look at the Barnsley goal. I'm watching two games at once here. Chaplin feeds it through. DK, oh, nice finish actually on the angle with the right foot. Sticks that one into the back of the net. And anyone who read my tribalfootball.com column will know that Daryl DK was the loanee of the week that was featured in my column. And lo and behold, he scores his first goal. Good for him. A couple of days later. Check that out, tribalfootball.com. My weekly championship column is over there. And goal kick for Woodman. 93-20 on the clock. Down the ground it goes from Woodman and headed away. They've got it up the pitch, actually, Coventry. Swansea just too deep, actually. Sheaf plays it out to Bakayoko. Back in it goes to McCullum. I think Hyam has been forced all the way home to Wilson. He goes long. And Roberts is so good in the air for his height, the Swansea right wing back. He heads it away. And good press this by Swansea. They're not giving Coventry any space here. Big one booted forward. Ooh, it was nodded on to Tyler Walker. I mean, it was a Marco van Basten difficulty chance on the volley, but he smacks it over the top of the bar. And I suspect that is going to be it. 94-20. Full time, Brentford 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. The losing streak ends for Brentford. 3 defeats. They are back to winning ways and they move on and to 60 points. We'll have a look at the table in just a sec. Let's just get this Swans game over with. As Woodman kicks it down the pitch. Referee Woolmer, I thought, was going to blow, but he doesn't. Darbo in the centre circle to Sheaf. Grimes does well, wins the ball back. And surely that's it now, yeah. Free kick against McFadzean. Jamal Lowe with one of the best bits of S-Houser I've ever seen. He hears the whistle, and then he runs about another 20 yards pretending that he doesn't know the whistle's been blown. Lovely stuff from Jamal Lowe there. And I think we are all done here. Referee Woolmer is just telling the Swans players how long there is left. So I assume they've pushed all the way up to halfway. This will be played into the channel, and that will be that. In it goes, and referee Woolmer blows the whistle, and Swansea have also bounced back from a defeat at the weekend. So keep your eyes down the bottom there. The first 3 games are all over. Now, those are results. And it was Barnsley 2, Stoke 0, Brentford 3, Wednesday 0, and Swansea 1, Coventry 0. The other 3 games are now into the second half. So literally no overlap, no let up, no break for us on the SuperStream. So Brentford are confirmed as having 60 points now. They are in second spot. Their goal difference is quick math. What was that song? 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 5. 3. Quick maths. I'm trying to do some quick maths. 25 plus on the goal difference. Watford at 20 plus on the goal difference. So a little bit of an advantage there. Watford just need to win their game, though. They're 2-1 up against Blackburn. More of that as we go through the second half. Swansea have won, so they're on 59. 17th win of the season for Swans, and another clean sheet for them. Let me just bring up the home tables. It'd be interesting to know how many home goals Swansea have even conceded 6. Look at that. Crazy good home defence for the Swans. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And Cardiff, which we are probably now going to go to. Actually, let's go to the Watford game. I just have a feeling on that one. And we will chase the next goal. So I have currently got on Blackburn versus Watford. It's Blackburn 1, Watford 2. Obviously, Preston 0, QPR 0 is about 52 minutes in, as is Bournemouth 0, Cardiff 2, although that result seemingly a little bit more fully formed as we stand now. So I've switched back on to Blackburn versus Watford. Yes, Hughes plays it down the line for the lightning fast Sarr, who gets into the box. Good cross by Sarr. And is it João Pedro in the box there? Can't quite get on the end of it. My apologies there. iFollow pictures are very, very badly pixelated. They do clear up every now and then, but not the best. Woodman has 18 clean sheets. Tremendous stuff. Just in the Sheffield Wednesday game, they're absolutely shocking. Maybe they will go down. We will find out. UBs, says Paula with Prince Andrew in the profile picture. Nice. What a win. Absolutely buzzing and very pleased for DK. David. Sunderland, Wolves, Cardiff. He's going to do it. Can he match his good mate Neil Warnock with 3 championship promotions with 3 different teams, David? I wonder. Man's not hot. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I said, take off your jacket. I said, man's not hot. I tell you, man's not hot. Oh, whatever. I can't do it. Well, a win's a win, but that was not very good. Yeah, you just take the point, Steve. Take the clean sheet. Most teams we see go up in the championship, there is just an element of absolute grind in some games. It's like they're not there in body, but they just get the job done. And, you know, it's like, how have they won? But they've just got the job done. Why has my Gillette socker gone off? I've put the fan on, by the way. Hopefully you can't hear that going down the microphone. Expect a lot more from Stoke. We kept them quiet. Well, maybe that says a lot for you guys, Neil. Barnsley in great form. Did you see any live Ipswich games when they were last in the Prem? I had a season ticket, PH Leeds, so big yes to that one. Derby beat Forest on Friday, only 9 points off the playoffs. Deary me. Can we make a rule now? You're not allowed to talk about your team in the playoffs unless you're in the top 10. It's a new rule for the channel. You have to get in the top 10 before you can talk about the playoffs. Koo Stark and Prince Andrew. Yes, I saw that episode of The Crown recently. Oh, thank you, Chris. He's watching Bournemouth. Long and Danjuma for Rico and Cook. Chris, is that an admission that you got the starting lineup wrong? Perhaps? Yes, Ben. Get in. Congratulations, you Barnsley fans. A lot of us support football teams that are rubbish, so we quite enjoy hearing from you guys who support football teams that are not rubbish. Right, how do I do this? Gillette Soccer Special 402. There we go. Right. Blackburn 1, Watford 2, although I currently have no Gillette on the iPad. I don't know what's going wrong there. In the words of the IT crowd, have you tried turning it off and on again? My Chris O'Dowd accent wasn't the best there, was it? Starting lineup was too defensive. Goodness me. Right. I don't know what's going on with my Sky feed here. iFollow is still working, fortunately, but Sky on my iPad is very, very dead. Sarr plays that back to Firmino. Hughes comes forward. It's turned over, and Dak has got it. Dak waving his teammates up the pitch, but Rover's looking very static, actually. Let me just see if I can get Gillette Soccer Saturday up on my phone, which would be incredibly tiny, but hey, it'll still work. Here comes some on-camera technical Ludditery. Big switch of play, looking for Niambe. Messina heads that one out of play. Sports TV guide. There we go. All channels, sports. Gillette Soccer Special, play. You've reached the maximum number of people in household who can watch content online. I wonder if Shaylee's watching something. Let's message her. Or maybe it's just on that one. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I will keep my eyes on this. Is that a sin bin, or is that just a straight block? Anjem Chowdhury. Let's give him a chance. Anjem, try again. Go on, try again. You got to be able to do better than that. Come on, we'll give him one more go before we put him in the sin bin. Have another go. Yes, we are entering Ben's household. My apologies. Don't know what's going on with the Sky feed. Here is Ken Sema, switches the play. We'll just have to go from the Sky Bet app. No, Shaylee's not watching anything, so my iPad just must be dying. Here come Rovers. Switch of play out to the right-hand side. Dak. Niambe back to Dak. He's trying to get them going, Dak, but nothing's really happening. There you go. There is the denial live on screen. I think it's my iPad, Shaylee. I think it's dying on it. It's about 8 years old, isn't it? There we go. It's not you, darling. It was not an accusation, I promise. Just an information gathering exercise. Did I get out of that, guys? Oh, nice feet there in the right back position by Firmino. Give and go with Cleverly. Cleverly switches to play past Dak. Messina, good move this. Here's Gosling. Gosling, João Pedro, Sema. Sema is into the box and Sema sticks it in to the corner. Wow. That's a lovely goal by Watford. Played all the way down the left-hand side and nicely in. Sema then 1v1 in the box, beats his man, sticks it in the corner. Watford are 3-1 up at Blackburn. Wow, you've got Shaylee in the chat here. Ask her any questions there, because I assume she's not coming upstairs. Watford go 3-1 up, so we may now probably change games. Although I'm avoiding Preston QPR because it's 0-0. We could go and see how Mick's getting on. Let's go back to Bournemouth versus Cardiff, where frankly the picture was a lot better. I'm going to see if I can get my iPad working once again. Makes up for his step over. Yeah, I suspect it does. Tremendous. That's just rubbish, Anjem, isn't it? Right, Anjem's going in the... he had a chance. Get in the bin, Anjem. He's gone. We'll see him in 5 minutes, no doubt, for another incredibly well thought out put down that really is going to hurt my feelings badly. Bye, Nat. Apologies for the Wednesday result, my friend. Yeah, and bye-bye Blackburn, Paul. I think they look cooked, don't they? Here is Stanislas. Sorry, we're back in the Bournemouth game now. Bournemouth 0, Cardiff 2. Is she still in the stream? Never going to answer that, is she? Tremendous. King of the Bing, Alistair. Well, he's here, actually. It's Jim. If I go back to the start of the stream, I can pretend Wednesday haven't lost yet. Yeah, if you wind back, Wednesday haven't lost. You can take it back to 0-0. But Jim is the king of the bin. King of the division is Mick McCarthy at the moment, who is looking at 20 points in the last 8 games. Cardiff are 2 up against Bournemouth. 62 minutes gone. Do you know what? I think I've made the ultimate error. I think I've blocked Shaylee. Yeah, she's knocked on the door. You're blocked for 5 minutes, darling. I must have...
Why am I blocked? I'm trying to reply to people.
Oh, sorry. I clicked the wrong button. I was trying to put Anjem Chowdhury in the sin bin. I've obviously put you in instead. Oh, guys, I'm in all sorts of...
I was just telling Owen that you're a...
great guy.
No, I said you're a domestic god, but
oh,
back.
Sorry. I've just put Anjem Chowdhury in the bin. Sorry, I've accidentally blocked my missus from the chat, and she's now at the door telling me off. It is, look, drama. Absolute drama. I'm sorry, darling. It only lasts 5 minutes. Apparently it's fun in the fake news sin bin on the sofa tonight in the rabbit hutch. Deary me. I'm in all sorts of trouble now. Not good. Not good. She'll be back. Apologies, everybody. I wanted to block Anjem Chowdhury for his terrible attempts at trolling, but I've just trolled myself in the worst possible way. Absolute yellow card. Deary me. Right, let's get back to this. Hopefully Shaylee will be unblocked in the space of about a couple of minutes. Here is Lerma and Carter Vickers. You had one job, you domestic god. You've had a Chris Kamara. That's an absolute nightmare, isn't it? What you got to understand is when I'm clicking on stuff in the stream, sometimes like 3 people comment at once and everything moves in the time it takes you to click the button. So I've obviously tried to put Anjem Chowdhury in the fake news sin bin, and I've ended up putting Shaylee in there. Not good. Not good at all, dearie me. That is absolutely fake news, Annie. I'm not going in there. No way. My hair will get messed up. Yeah, Sky Go is definitely down, so we'll just have to focus on Sky Bet's updates and flip around via the red button. Didn't create much, but expected 0 points from Norwich, Brentford and Swansea and got 3, so I'll take that. On a higher note, Blackburn away next year. Blackburn Coventry next. That would be interesting, Callum, especially with Blackburn's slip at the moment. Oh, Nelson nearly got in there from a set play. Begovic is going to take the goal kick. Stop laughing at how much trouble I'm going to be in when this stream's ended now. Deary me. Unbelievable scenes. Anybody rivaling Styles for goal of the round yet? Let me think. Pookie's first goal was good last night, wasn't it? Don't think it was as good as Styles, though. Any other suggestions? Goal of the round? It 100% happened live on camera. Deary me. Imagine being me. Let's have a drink. Jeju Wells, were any of those goals actually good, or are you just really happy about it? Bournemouth have just pulled a goal back. It's Bournemouth 1, Cardiff 2. The goal has not yet happened. So we are about to see a goal for Bournemouth. Keep your eyes on Bournemouth versus Cardiff. It's gone back. Bournemouth 1, Cardiff 2. Can they mount the comeback? Cardiff are on the attack. Is that the right? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, Cardiff are on the attack with Bennett, so we assume Bournemouth are going to mount a very quick counter any second. Here it comes, Stanislas. Stanislas plays it out. That's Danjuma. Cross deflected, and Shane Long heads it in. Obviously, I wasn't aware that Danjuma or Shane Long were actually on the pitch because we haven't been back to the game. But Bournemouth have got a goal back against Cardiff. Whoop. Genuine honest mistake here. Deary me. My blooper reel is the entire last 10 minutes of this stream, isn't it? For God's sakes. And the state of that beer that I've just poured trying to catch up with the Bournemouth goal. That is horrendous. Looks like a blooming ice cream. 69 gone in the Preston game. Steph Johansson has just been booked for QPR. It's a long throw in here for Cardiff. That Will Volks is going to toss into the box. Do you know what? I'm going to actually restart my iPad, which never ever happens. Power off. There we go. Right, here comes Volks with the long throw. 68-27 gone. Headed out and away. Bennett heads it down. And booted down the ground by Lerma. Phillips, I think a bit of a rush of blood to the head there. Comes out and just boots it out of play. Bakuna tries to play it into Volks. It's robbed off Volks by Billing. And Bournemouth just in the ascendancy at the moment. Here is Kelly. Kelly gets away down the left-hand side looking for Surridge. Good block there by Aidan Flint stretching out. And he just makes the clearance there. Bournemouth 1, Cardiff 2. Knocked into the Bournemouth half. Carter Vickers plays that one back to Begovic is back out with Cook. I don't know. It must be 5 minutes, mustn't it? Deary me. Can you rewrite that and put accidentally got blocked? Just so it's factually correct, Owen. Bob Dickey has got booked in the QPR game. Here's Stanislas. Oh, nice little one around the corner. Long goes down. Stanislas picks it up again. And we've got a foul on. I can't see who's gone down. Marlon Pack, possibly. Oh, no, he's the one who's committed the foul. And it's going to be a free kick to a Bournemouth. 71 gone. Can they get it back to 2-2? Results from earlier. Barnsley 2, Stoke 0. Brentford 3, Wednesday 0, Swansea 1, Coventry 0. And these games are all live with about 20 minutes to go. Preston 0, Rangers 0, Blackburn 1, Watford 3, Bournemouth 1, Cardiff 2. We are watching Bournemouth and Cardiff. However, when any goal goes in, we will switch over to wherever that game is. Stanislas. Ooh, unlucky. Way out with a free kick, sort of over 30 yards. Sticks on the roof of the net. Phillips had a good dive at that one. Why do we start to play well whenever we concede? It's annoying. There's a lot of football teams struggle with that issue, don't they? Charlie. I can sympathise. I mod for people. Accidentally banned. Oh, lots of people. There we go. Let me message Shaylee and tell her everyone wants her to come back. I'm in so much trouble. Double TF. Why am I in the sin bin? In my WhatsApps. I am in so much trouble. This is not a good scenario. How did Winston Reid play today? Played the whole game in a clean sheet for Brentford. Mark, we've been flitting in and out of games, so I would put that into the chat if anyone watched the whole Brentford game. What I saw, he been waiting to see Reid on the right-hand side and Pinnock on the left of the centre-halves for Brentford. So 73 gone in Cardiff versus Bournemouth. There you go. Paula, Reid was excellent. Who was asking about that? Mark. Yeah, in terms of own goals, that was a Lee Dixon 25-yarder, wasn't it? Need a QPR winner for my bet. Can we summon one? Long one into the channel looking for more. He flicks that one on. Hoisted forward again, headed away by Steve Cook. Surridge tries to chest it down. Volks and Pack now clears it. And then Lerma boots it down the ground. Very industrial game this, just going from one end to the other. At the moment, Cardiff just happy to clear their lines and just try and keep pushing Bournemouth back. Billing, lovely ball around the corner there. Here is Stanislas. Right. Does that mean that my iPad is now working again? It's been a dreadful 20 minutes or so for me. Terrible for the lad. There we go. Everything's working again now. I just might be getting divorced. That's all. A yellow card for Steve Cook there. He's gone through Marlon Pack. Some experienced, wily old players. Duking it out in this one. Right. She looks happy. I'm back. Dang, it's dirty in that place. Can the next person... Shaylee, can you just confirm, because there's a lot of fake news going around and my good name is being besmirched here again with vindictive and false accusations again. Can you just confirm that that was completely an accident? Okay. I think the people need to hear from you. Is that Ojo on? I think it is. He's just slid into the advertising board then. I think he's okay. Look, she's being welcomed back. That's tremendous. Oh, there you go. Now I'm in even more trouble. Welcome back, Shaylee. If you need somewhere to run away, escape the cruelty we all witnessed, you are welcome here. Dearie, I'm just getting buried in the chat here now. This is the worst. I need to take my medicine here, don't I? Oh, actually, yeah. Jim is the king of the bin at the moment. It was an honour to have Shaylee in there. Absolutely. It could be. How could it be worse? Shocking. I'm not going in the sin bin. That's not happening. Absolutely not. Flicked on, headed away by Flint. Lerma heads it back in. This is so Mick McCarthy, this game. The ball didn't touch the ground there for about 40 seconds. Here's Kiefer Moore driving away. Thanks for the hospitality, Jim. I'm the worst ostrich, Liam. Lewis, sorry, aren't I? Deary me. Shaylee's more than welcome to come in. I think she might already have taken her make-off off, though. That's why she's waited at the door. Volks is going to take a throw-in. (78:23) on the clock. Cardiff defending this 2-1 lead here. In goes the throw from Volks, headed out by Cook, who's younger than I thought he was, one of those. Bennett tries to play it back to Volks, who pretends he doesn't know it's not his throw. And Bournemouth will get the restart. Yeah, there's hashtags, there's all sorts of stuff. Look, I know how this works, that I'm just going to have to take my medicine for the next however long this stream goes on for. I can take it. I'm a big boy. Won't we all, David? Won't we all? Mick McCarthy and Doc Emmett Brown, one and the same. Is that the guy from Back to the Future? Anyway, back to the football. Chris, as a neutral watching Preston QPR, I really don't get the substitution. Taking Gordon off, who's our best player on the pitch. This sledging is not ending, is it? I'll take it. I have to. 3 games live at the moment as I try desperately to reset here. Preston 0, QPR 0, Blackburn 1, Watford 3, Bournemouth 1, Cardiff 2. Cardiff moving into the top 6 as it stands. Watford keeping in there with the top 4 as it stands, and 0-0 between Preston and Cardiff in 13th and 14th. We are off, though, to Blackburn, where there has been a 5th goal, and Blackburn have now got it back to 3-2. And Nyambe is coming down the right. The goal hasn't happened on iFollow yet, so we'll be able to see it. Knocked, is that Downing on the pitch? Swung in right-footed. It's going to go out for a corner. So it looks like Rovers are going to score from a set play. Now, that is absolute fake news, isn't it? I'm suggesting she wouldn't want to come onto the camera without her makeup on. She's more than welcome to. Not my decision. Get in trouble on Wednesday, makeup. How long have you been married for, Paul? Corner goes in and forced home at the back post. I'm struggling to see who has scored that goal for Blackburn. Set play. Right-hand side, cross swung in. And Blackburn have got it back to 3-2. We'll probably get on the Gillette show, we'll probably get a replay on that one. Well, there you go. I'll take your advice on those grounds, yeah? Now, Owen, don't clip that. Please don't clip it, please. I've had to live through it once. Thank you, Jim. Ben Brereton has scored. There's so many footballers now doing the right thing and actually growing their hair out, but there's too many that look similar on grainy iFollow feeds. Hopefully we'll get a look. But Ben Brereton is the goal scorer, ex-Forest striker. Blackburn 2, Watford 3. And here comes Armstrong down the left-hand side for Rovers, who are going to look to put some pressure on Watford now. Only a goal behind in these last 7 or 8 minutes. There's nothing wrong with short hair, George. It's just long hair's better. That's the that's the issue. Although James Norwood of Ipswich had probably the worst top knot I've ever seen last night. What do I think of iFollow service? I think for what you get, a tenner is a bit steep. If you were to watch a boxing pay-per-view or a wrestling pay-per-view or an MMA pay-per-view, it's really slick and nothing goes wrong. But on iFollow, lots of stuff goes wrong and it's not very slick. So maybe it should be even £8 or £6 or something. But I'd happily pay £10 if there was good commentary and more than one camera and replays and all of that. But not the best, is it? Adam Armstrong loves a late goal, says Gaza. I don't pay for iFollow each match. I had, to be fair, the subscribers to this channel are amazing because every time I have paid for iFollow this season, Super Chatters have then donated the money back to me, the £10. So there's been a few times where games have moved to midweek and we had to pay the fee. But I'm cool to do that. Charlie, absolutely not. Liquid gold for the hair. That sounds very Alan Partridge. Well, you see, Rams TV actually crapped out, didn't it? But that was the iFollow feed. But Rams TV with the pre-match and stuff is actually very good. So is the Leeds one as well. What do I think of the Barnsley playoff push? I love it, obviously, don't I? 85 gone. Blackburn 2, Watford 3. And it's also Preston 0, QPR 0, and Bournemouth 1, Cardiff 2. Oh, Bristol City got one, Annie. I didn't know that. I never watched it, to be honest. Nigel Pearson at the Liberty, says Kieran. Interesting. Can't wait to see. Yeah, that's a good point, Alistair, actually. Yeah, the MMA and the boxing, you do pay a little bit extra, don't you? You pays your money, so maybe that is what you get for £10 for a pay-per-view, isn't it? Absolutely, Lewis. Derby and Forest this Friday. Looking forward to that one. Blackburn putting the pressure on, looking for Brereton on the back post again. There's been a foul, though, and Will Hughes kind of slows down. Kicks the ball away from his own free kick. Legendary Paul and Prince Andrew, a £5. Paula, sorry, and Prince Andrew, a £5 super chat. Tremendous work. Just compare what you pay for iFollow compared to... I know. The only thing is that you'll always pay money. I'm the dude, dude. You'll always pay more for something that's happening in live real time, won't you? But yeah, I do accept the quality you can get for Netflix for 10 quid for an entire month. But I suppose the more direct comparison is the boxing and the MMA and the wrestling, the people that carry the pay-per-views of sort of real-time events. Wasn't the Disney thing on Boxing Day or Christmas Day? Wasn't that a pay-per-view? The Soul movie? I can't remember whether I paid an individual amount for that. Cleverly hits a shot from the edge of the box. Chansiri should have offered a fortune to McCarthy or Pearson. Jim, what is happening with it? It's just going to be Neil Thompson to the end of the season now. He's just gone quietly there. Actually, George and the Barnsley fans, have Barnsley and Cardiff, do they still have to play each other? James, what's better, a rush of late goals or a rush of late super chats? Obviously, I'm an absolutist, so it's all about the goals, James, for me. But thank you very, very much. Very kind. A couple of super chats, one from Paula, one from James. James, great supporter of the channel. Thank you, sir. James, have you got a question in for the Q&A tomorrow? We normally get a good one from you, my friend. They've already played. Thank you. Another James. Kaminsky, unconvincing there, but the punch gets clear. Here comes Brereton with Ismail Assar tracking him back. At the speed of Sarr. Jesus Christ, that goes fast. Although he can't defend that because Brereton goes straight past him. The cross was knocked back. And Rovers have won a free kick there. That's clever from Tyrese Dolan. Logan, it's Patreon on the Q&As. Little plug for Patreon there, but I know James is in the Patreon. So if anyone wants to sign up over on the Patreon, we do a Q&A every Thursday there. Ben's only in it for the pure entertainment and the love of the football, not the sexy dosh. Of course. Absolutely. Crossed into the back post. Bamford was there. And they've got it clear. Scary moment if you're a Watford fan watching that one. Goodness me, the free kick went into the back post. Branthwaite tried to get it across there. Good goalkeeping, though. They stood firm. And it's good play in the midfield by Cleverly. Here comes Sarr now. The pitch is awful. Sarr literally just waits for the ball to stop bobbling. Makes a bit of space. It's poor from Sarr in the end for a player of his quality. Very, very indecisive. Of course. Barnsley played Cardiff very recently, didn't they? Interesting. Chris, you're right. Yeah, hit that like button if you're in the stream right now. We are into stoppage time in this one. I don't know how far they're out in terms of QPR and Preston. And the other 7:45 is Bournemouth and Cardiff, which is 2-1. Three 0 is such a dangerous lead. I'm sure you'll hear a pundit say that one day. What has Ishmael done to Barnsley? They escaped relegation last season. Now they're chasing the playoffs. Well, you have to give Gerhard Struber some of the credit because if you actually look at the numbers, who asked that question? Adrian. Barnsley were absolutely awful for the first 3 months of last season. Changed the manager and their form was actually pretty good. Pretty good for the majority of the last 6 months of the last season. And then Struber had his want to go off to New York. And Ishmael has just developed it now a little bit more, tweaked it and put his own spin on it. But there was some good work already started there. But Ishmael obviously looks like a fairly canny manager, doesn't he? 90 seconds left at QPR. Last minute of added time. Thank you, Mark and Locke. Yes, in the chat. Sky choose the 0-0. I like these red button ones. And it's all over. It's over, all over. It's all over now. Preston 0, QPR 0. Glad we didn't watch that one. It's Blackburn 2, Watford 3, which has been good fun. The red button's good fun, isn't it, as well? All the games at our fingertips. We just have to pay the price for being a minute behind or what have you. Watford holding the ball up in the right-hand corner. Doing a good job seeing this lead out. We will be able to go to the league table. In just a second. Neil says, if Barnsley is still pushing, got an easy game with Norwich at Oakwell. You joke, Neil. They might be up by then, in which case it'll be an absolute dead rubber, in which you would make Barnsley a favourite, wouldn't you? So that might be the best possible team to play. I always say at the end of the season, you don't want anyone with anything to play for. The best teams to play are in the middle of the table with nothing to play for. Blackburn 2, Watford 3 is over. I'm still looking at the feed, but I'm going to just flip over to Bournemouth and Cardiff because Blackburn 2, Watford 3 has finished. Is Mick McCarthy going to get the win tonight? I think we're closing in on it. 92-49. Cardiff lead 2-1 on the iFollow feed. And we will react to the live league table in just a sec. And it is over. McCarthy has done it. 6 wins on the trot. I'm switching the screens off and let's have a look at the league table. So those are results now down at the bottom. Barnsley 2, Stoke 0, Brentford 3, Wednesday 0, Swansea 1, Cov 0, Preston 0, Rangers 0, Blackburn 2, Watford 3, Bournemouth 1, Cardiff win again and are in the playoff positions. If SofaScore will catch up, there we go. We have a fully formed table after round 32. Obviously, not everyone has managed 32 games yet, but let's have a look at the big movers and shakers. Brentford end the 3-game losing streak. They're on 60. Watford, 4 straight victories for Watford, coming into form at a lovely point in the season there. 60 points. Swans, 4 wins in 5, bounced back in the best way. And all of the top 4 have won. And I don't know what on earth has just happened to the SofaScore table. We might have to go to a BBC table because something ridiculous has just happened. In fact, let's do that right now. A ghost in the machine at SofaScore. So I think we can get a table at BBC. If I'm really quick on the draw here, there we go. This is what I pay my license fee for. Where were we? Reading in 5th last night. Cardiff are into the playoff positions, tied on 49 points with Bournemouth. Now they swapped places with them tonight with that victory. 6 on the trot for Mick, 2 draws and 6 wins since he took over. He's on fire. Bournemouth, Woodgate has to chase from outside with Barnsley, who've won tonight, and Ishmael breathing absolutely down his neck now. So Barnsley, 1 point off Bournemouth in 7th, 1 point off Cardiff in 6th, and only 3 points off Reading now in 5th with their 4 defeats in 5 games. If we look a little bit further down the table, Stoke have lost tonight. They'd gone back-to-back wins going into this game. Who else played tonight? QPR and Preston have both gone up a place because they've got a point, and Blackburn have lost. And who else played tonight? Coventry lost and Sheffield Wednesday lost, which is good news for Rotherham and Birmingham, who also lost last night. There we go. A very controversial SuperStream in my household. I'm off to make my apologies in just a second. Let's have a look at your final comments here. Credit to Warburton turning QPR around. He's done well, hasn't he? I think Wednesday will finish above Wycombe Rotherham between us and Birmingham. And a game in hand, says Geddes. I assume he's talking about Barnsley. There, Bournemouth have lost 6 in 9. Not good, thank you. Alan, looking on the bright side, QPR only 2-3 wins away from safety. Yeah, they're looking good, aren't they? Thank you, James, thank you for keeping us entertained. You're very, very welcome. Will, as a Bournemouth fan, I was worried about losing our players if we don't get promoted. Now I welcome it. Damning stuff. Preston had the better chances but couldn't take them. Up the bees. He loves it, doesn't he? Owls 1992 says, please don't go to the league table. We understand. David says, tough gig that tonight, but I'll take it. Well, they're winning games, Watford, aren't they? Not massively convincing, are they? It's very good luck with show. That's tremendous. Sheffield Wednesday, worst performance I've seen this season. Poor, not good. Great win. Yeah, Chris, I was a bit worried they were rushing Tony back in the second half. Own goal of the night. Yeah, I know. All kinds of bollers. Right, so with all of that being said, I've got to go and repair my relationship now and make some grovelling apologies. Thank you, not to Russ. Well, thank you to Russ, obviously, for the review shows, which we're doing one tomorrow. But thank you to David, because this is a SuperStream fan of the channel, happy to support great content. David got involved over on Patreon. You can obviously do the same. We will be back tomorrow, assuming I'm still alive, at 1 p.m. for the review show. We'll have a look at all the goals and stuff in those games and see where everything lies. So come and join me at 1 p.m. tomorrow. The Patreon Q&A will be out later in the day. I'll do it after in the afternoon, so we get all of that ready to go for you, and you get a bit more time to put some more questions in. Thank you, everybody there. This ends now. You're not allowed to mock me anymore. I'll take it until I say over and out in about 10 seconds time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been the Wednesday night SuperStream on a night where the top sides all won and Cardiff moved into the playoff positions. I'm off to go and grovel, and it's over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button, and to be notified every time we upload, ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.